Well, a very good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Loftus Road. Or I think it's called something else. It's something Loftus Road nowadays. But for this championship encounter against QPR, Queen's Park Rangers, and alongside me, no Greg Stubley this afternoon. He's off getting drunk somewhere, I believe.
The lesser spotted Stubley.
We're hoping he's well on his way to doing exactly that. Somebody who isn't alongside me is Mr. Steve Brown. How are you, mate?
Always available, always here. That's what I am.
Always available. They didn't put that name on his shirt anymore. They just put always available on the back of his shirt. Yeah. Mr. Steve Brown. Steve, look, everybody's very welcome to this, of course, and looking forward to this. It's London Derby, and I know I sort of made a slight. Well, no, I don't know if I'm going to ask you this question actually. Spoke to Nathan Jones on Thursday, as we'll find out shortly. Mentioned about it being our first London Derby, because I don't actually class Watford as a London Derby.
No, I agree.
Oh, good man.
I agree.
Nathan Jones said there are some Watford fans that disagree.
No, I'm sure there is. I'm sure there's some Charlton fans that disagree. But from a playing perspective in those games, that the Watford one didn't really feel like you were going into a full-on London derby. That's all I can say from a playing perspective. Yeah, if you had the Millwalls, the QPRs, the Fulhams, anybody that was a London, the West Ham. But you go into a Watford, it's like, no, they're outside.
I feel absolved.
Well, I wouldn't based on my answer, mate.
That's good enough for me, absolutely. Listen, we are going to hear from Nathan Jones shortly, but before we do that, your perspective on today's game. He was, as you'll hear shortly, he was at pains in pointing out that both teams are coming here on the back of a loss, and so both teams are equally desperate to put that right. Your take on that before we hear from the manager? Yeah,
look, I can agree with that. No one likes to go back-to-back losses, and in our case, it would be 3 losses on the trot. QPR still to find their first win. So I agree with the statement, but they're coming into it off completely different losses. I would say in terms of, you know, it's a humiliating loss for Queen's Park Rangers, and ours is a loss that was brought on pretty much by ourselves by 11 changes, and you know, Cambridge put on a decent enough performance to beat the guys that aren't making our first team at the moment. So, you know, it's perspective, I guess, but I can understand Nathan's mentality on that in terms of, both teams are on the back of defeats. We're on the 2 straight defeats now. QPR are struggling and keep changing their side because they can't find a win. So in that respect, he's right, but I think it's just a perspective of the losses. You know, they've had a real humiliating one.
Well, we've teed him up, so let's hear from Charlton boss Nathan Jones on his pre-match interview on Thursday with Charlton TV. Nathan, you must have had contrasting emotions after the last 2 games, 2 defeats in those 2 games, mainly because of the difference in performances. The one vastly different between the league game against Leicester and the cup defeat at Cambridge.
Look, they're 2 different games. Obviously, last Saturday we were bitterly disappointed not to have won the game, but definitely not to get something from the game. It took a wonder goal to breach us, which is the first time we've been breached in the championship, and then we created significant chances and enough to have won the game, and that's the disappointing. But the level of performance was outstanding. How we went about our work was wonderful, and I was proud of that. I'm just disappointed that we didn't get something from the game. Tuesday was totally different, but bear in mind, it's very disjointed. You know, we have to make sure we are really competitive at championship level, and we have to make sure that everyone is up to speed. So we had to make the changes we felt to give us the best possibility of being the best version of ourselves for the weekend. Now, what comes with that is when you put a team that's not used to playing together, a lot of young lads bringing, you know, some making debuts, some playing in early on in their fledgling careers, you sometimes have that sort of sporadic performance, or the performance that's not quite what you're used to week in, week out, and we accept that. And as I said, we tried to win the game. We felt we had a good enough team to have acquitted ourselves far better, but we didn't do the basics well, and that's the thing, and that's what people have to learn, because the goals are goals that we don't score at first team level. The goals are goals that we don't concede at first team level.
In that respect, and it's probably going to sound strange to say, can you use that as a positive going forward, then the learning curve that players would have got from that?
Well, you have to learn. You have to learn and improve. That's what you have to do. Because if that keeps happening, if those certain things keep happening, then look, that's when you're not moving forward. So what we do, we've made mistakes at this football club. We know that. We've had tough days, but we've learned from them, and we've not repeated them. And that's the thing. I mean, that's the first time I've lost to Cambridge in my 9-year managerial career. So that hurt me on a personal level, because I have pride in my records and in what I do. And it was a gamble, because they're a good side, well coached, and it's a tough place to go. But I felt we had enough. But we got exposed the other night in certain things that we have to get better at, and I'm quite comfortable with that.
One of the good things about Chidgenock was seeing Will Mannion back on the bench. You also mentioned about Rhys Burke back in full training. Is he, though, some distance away because he's got to get up to fitness?
No, we just didn't want to. We are light defensively, so with numbers, so we had to put out a team that was competitive. But what we didn't want to do was going into this weekend leave ourselves exposed in those defensive areas. We know we need to strengthen in that area, and that's what we're trying to do. But Rhys wasn't risked. Macca's very durable. Macca can play, so we give Macca an hour. Felt he needed that, and we go from there. But that's a position really that we're a bit light in. And
you mentioned that, of course, after Tuesday night as well. Are you confident that you're going to be able to rectify that in the few days left of the transfer window?
Yeah, we will. We will strengthen the squad in this next 3 or 4 days. The actual, thing, we have a list. We're working through certain things, so a lot will determine who we bring in. But yeah, there is scope and there is a desire to at least improve on one level.
Moving on to Saturday, we face a QPR side at Loftus Road that have had a tough start to the season, and Julian Stefan said after the recent one when they got battered against Coventry that there'll be a different side when they face us. Does that change your thinking in how you prepare for that, having seen them get battered 7-1, or does it make any difference at all?
Well, we can't affect what QPR do, but if they're looking for a reaction, so we've lost a game as well. So we both lost last weekend in the league, and we're looking for a reaction. So QPR's reaction, I don't feel will be any greater than our reaction, because we don't like losing football games and we want to react. So whatever QPR do, we can't affect. All we want to do is make sure that we rectify what's happened to us this week.
And it'll be our first London derby of the season. Quite tight ground at Loftus Road. Should be packed. The atmosphere will be quite intense. Players looking forward to that?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Watford probably think there's London as well a little bit. I know they're Hertfordshire, but yeah, look, the Championship's wonderful. There's, the games become thick and fast. I mean, it shows where we've come from, that we are absolutely devastated that we didn't beat Leicester City last week, and we should have, because it's a hell of a long way to come in a year. Our third game was Bolton, who were a fine team last year, but when you think of the calibre teams we're now playing and expecting to win, or expecting to beat, then it shows we've come a long way. And of course we're going to be looking for it. It's a great place to go. It's a wonderful football club, QPR. I really like it. I always enjoy playing there. I've managed there, I've coached there, like as an assistant. I've managed there, and it's it's a wonderful football club, and we're looking forward to it.
So there we are. That was Nathan Jones talking to us ahead of this. It will be this afternoon's kickoff. It's not quite yet. It is just 10 past. So ahead of this afternoon's game here at Loftus Road, and a couple of things I just wanted to pick up on what he said. He mentioned, as I said just before, we went to his interview about both teams coming on back of a defeat. Good news about the squad. Great news about Rhys Burke. He's actually here, and he's on the bench, and you'll find out shortly, if you didn't know already, when we give you the lineups. But good to see Rhys Burke in really Charlton fans' first glimpse of him. And a few changes on the bench. We obviously know Anderson is suspended because of the sending off in midweek. Gives a chance for Alan Mwamba, who he seemed quite impressed with after Tuesday night, to get another spot on the bench, along with Ibrahim Fuller, who always impresses, it seems to me.
Yeah, I half think about sort of Tuesday. Hindsight's a wonderful thing, isn't it? But Mwamba starting and Costello right wing back maybe, and give Mwamba a start to see where he's at. But Nathan picked his team, and what unfolded, and you concentrate on today. But yeah, Mwamba in around the first team's a good thing, and Burke being fit is an extremely good thing, because he's an experienced, intelligent defender who by all accounts is a very good player at this level, and You know, any player that you have like that in your ranks, you want in and around the first team, available either starting or on the bench. So, you know, that adds a little bit more strength in depth. So, you know, the more players you've got fit and available, the better it is for your manager.
I want to mention you said it before, we came off a defeat to Cambridge, albeit with 11 changes.
Yeah.
QPR, it is a different thing coming on the back of a 7-1 defeat. Now, you're a goalkeeper of some experience.
Yeah.
How would you react to tonking 7 goals?
Well, I've never had a 6 or a 7 in my career. I had a couple of 5, well, I had a few 5s on more than one occasion. And it's, I said to you in the press room, it is humiliating. You want to go home, you don't want to speak to anybody, and that includes your family. You know, you just want to...
Did the family know you're coming back and then to book a hotel room somewhere?
Yeah, you know, I mean, my missus was very good at, like, getting me out of it, because it's like, it's not life and death here. She used to pull me out of it quite quickly, because actually it can get on top of you relatively fast. And if you don't get out of your system, if you've got a midweek game or you're back in at trading and you've got this face on, that doesn't bode well, really, in the manager's eyes. Look, he's upset anyway. You're upset. You don't want to speak to anyone. You don't want to see any friends or family particularly tell. And it's humiliating, because this is your job and you're getting tanked. I haven't won a game yet. 7 is pretty bad. It's on. You know, I think it says in the stats it's only the second time they've conceded 7 in 30 or 38 years or something. That's how bad last weekend was. And generally, more often than not, if you get tanked, your manager goes back to people he can rely on, who are mentally strong, who are a bit tougher than others, because you are under pressure. You know, from a goalkeeper's perspective, you can concede 7 and none can be your fault. You can concede 2 and they're both your fault. So it just depends on the goals that have gone in. I haven't seen any of the goals that have gone in against QPR last week, but he's made 6 changes, of which only 2 are defensive. He's kind of changed the left side. If you take the left-sided centre half, left back, left side of centre midfield, front left and front player, he's changed basically a couple of central players and the entire left side of his team. That's only natural, I think. But more often than not, if I think back to when we struggled, Curbs would go back to the players that he could rely on, that were consistent, that were mentally tough, and then he'd reset and start again. And he wouldn't mind if you had a 0-0 or a 1-0 win, and then he'd rebuild from there. And I guess that's what QPR are looking for. I certainly don't think they want a 3-3 or a 4-3. They're looking to get tight, not concede a goal today.
Well, one change he hasn't made, which met with some consternation in the press room, was the goalkeeper, as Joe Walsh retains his place. So let's hear from his opposite number, and that's our very own Thomas Kaminski, who we caught up with on Charlton TV, also on Thursday. Thomas, you joined us almost 2 months ago now. How are you settling into life in South East London?
Yeah, good. I enjoy it so far, and yeah, it was a good new challenge for me to come here. I knew a little bit about the club, obviously, because of Luke Berry, so he was very positive about it, and yeah, and after the chats with the manager, I was really convinced.
I was going to mention that you signed from Luton, and you said, as you arrived, as other players have told us, that having spoken to Nathan Jones was a big factor in you signing. Well, what was it about that conversation then that made you think Charlton was the place?
Obviously, I came off the back of a tough period as well, and he said a couple of things that really convinced me, and I had the feeling, and I was really sure that he watched me last season as well. He watched a couple of games, and he exactly said what he expected from me, what I can do better or what I can do well, and that's really something that convinced me to come here. And yeah, his idea, his plan, his way of play, it was really impressive, to be honest.
You arrive here with plenty of competition at the club in all positions, but specifically in the goalkeeping department. How much of a positive is it to have the likes of Will Mannion and Ashley Maynard-Brewer hot on your heels, keeping you to keep you at number 1?
Yeah, perfect, to be honest. They've helped me settling in well as well, and yeah, there are 2 guys that did well for the club last season with, I think, 26, 27 clean sheets, if I'm 26. So yeah, that's an impressive number in any league. So yeah, they deserve their credit as well.
Born in Belgium, and you got your professional start in the Belgian Pro League. You spent most of your 12 years, I think, there, a couple of seasons out on loan, I know. But when you moved to Blackburn in the Championship, was there much of a difference between the Belgian Pro League and the Championship?
Yeah, it was. It was actually, in terms of pace, in terms of intensity and physicality. Obviously, it's a different league, and in any other league, I think the Championship is a Premier League. In any other country, I mean, sorry, is Championship a Premier League? So yeah, I had to adapt. I remember it was without fans, so the pressure was a little bit less. But I had to adapt really quick, and I enjoyed my time there as well.
And then of course you starred in the Premier League where you had to adjust again. Has that helped you going forward, especially now you're in the Championship again?
Yeah, to play in the Premier League is amazing, and the opposition you face there is out of this world, to be honest. And I mean, it improved me, it helped me moving forward as well, and I learned a lot from that season.
You've represented your country, Belgium, at all levels from under 15 upwards. You got your senior debut last season, 24. Having been in the squad a couple of times as well, is that something that's still part of your focus?
Never say never, to be honest. It's I've had a taste from it, and you want to be involved with the best players of your country, and I understand there's new generations coming through as well with good goalkeepers. Like I said, never say never. I'm open to it.
I tend to ask about strikers and midfield players about goals, and do they have targets for goals? Are keepers the same? Do you have clean sheet targets? Do you have any specific targets entering into a season?
Preferably, I want to keep 46 clean sheet, but I know how hard the Championship is, and I think I come into an environment where that's really important from the manager. He demands that. He sets his teams up very well in terms of structure for clean sheets, and that's what he proved last season. So I'm not going to say a number because that's what probably you all like, but no, we've got our targets and we want to achieve them.
So there we are. That was Thomas Kaminski talking to us before this afternoon's game, and he's in good mood, good spirits. He's enjoying life in South East London, and also enjoying the fact that he's got two top keepers behind him, pushing him for that number one spot.
Yeah, and you know, you've got two keepers there that pretty much shared the spoils the year before. You know, one had a go, and then
27 clean sheets. He was pointing out. He said it's a tough act to follow.
Well, yeah, it is. You know, but nevertheless, you know, we've started particularly well on the defensive front, if you ask me. I thought the clean sheet against Watford was a great start. I thought the clean sheet was down at Bristol was even better. I thought we were a little bit unlucky against Leicester because, by and large, we held them to 2 shots on target, and the goal itself was absolutely spectacular. You know, so defensively out of possession, I think, is our strength. So it must be great for a goalkeeper, because what you don't want to be if you're in goal is getting peppered, and he's certainly not getting peppered. But yeah, he's controlled, he's experienced, he's good with his feet. You know, and as yet we haven't seen the best of him, I wouldn't have thought, just purely because we've been very, very good defensively. But I'm sure there's some great saves to come from him across the season.
And as we heard, he was at pains to point that out, that he hasn't had a huge amount to do because the work done immediately in front of him. And I think that's fair. And good to see Reece Burke on Charlton, but we're sort of, somebody mentioned to me that, oh, that's great, we got strength in depth. But there's a part of me wants that back three to stay that three for as long as possible.
Yeah, I just think. I think you've got Gillespie to go back into that as well. We can talk about Reece Burke, but Gillespie had a wonderful season from sort of November onwards, as did the team last year. And you know, the question mark will be, you know, why did Plymouth let Gillespie go when they went up to the Championship? But I just think you have to sometimes put things like that aside, because he's in a different back three. He's at a different football club with a different mentality in front of him in terms of our midfielders and how they're set up. And it doesn't mean to say that if Plymouth didn't fancy him, he can't make it work here, because he was in such good form, and confidence and, you know, and belief in your own ability when you're at a club that plays a certain way can elevate your performances. So I think Gillespie's itching to get back into the side as well, and it's great that he's, you know, that Nathan's now got another centre half to choose from should we have a few issues in that department.
And he was also pointing out, it didn't necessarily come across in the interview with me, but certainly just shortly afterwards, that the areas that the club are looking to strengthen is in the wing-back areas. And there's been rumours of people like Raksaki and Tom Lockyer and all that sort of stuff that have been floating around, but actually he's looking for specific places, and it is in the wing-back division.
Yeah, and Raksaki is 12 million or something, or 15 million, so I don't think we're in that position at the moment to be spending that kind of money. So if he's going to a Championship club, it's going to be probably a Premier League club that's been relegated and has that money to spend.
And he's a good player, but you wouldn't put him down as a wing-back, would you?
He's not a wing-back for sure. And if he is a wing-back, you're going to forfeit that side defensively. So you know, that's all things to consider. But I know Nathan and the recruitment team and the upper management have all got ideas on who they want. I think there's probably information on who those players are, because that's what forums are for. Speculation and etc. etc. But yeah, all I can tell you from my own experiences in dealing with recruitment is it's extremely difficult to get any deal done. And if people think it's a case of picking up the phone and just negotiating with one person, it's sadly not. It's a multiple, hoops you have to jump through to get a signing done. So what I don't think we'll do now as a football club is rush anything. As much as Nathan will want an addition, because it's his job as a manager is to convince upper management and ownership that we are short and that we do need a specific player in a certain area, and it's down to those guys to decide whether we're desperate enough to need that, because at the end of the day they have to fund it, they have to put the money in, and you can't just keep throwing money at something endlessly. It's not how it certainly shouldn't be how football works. And Charlton have got themselves in a position where our ownership have spent 10 million plus this summer, and we can't get carried away. And so if there is a knockback, at least you can argue, we're in a position now where we've spent a lot of money. But if they can find a way to get a temporary wing back in from now till January, do that. If they can't, then they'll have to make do with what he's got.
And and yes, the money that's been spent is good to see. But I mean, I'm only speaking for myself here, probably. But I think the few Charlton fans it's not necessarily about the amount you spend. It's the fact that we have the ability now to look stable, to look like we're have a sound footing behind the scenes as well as on the pitch. So it's that's something that encompasses all aspects of the club rather than just one side or the other. Because we've had good sides, and we've had absolute carnage behind the scenes. We've had stability behind the scenes and rubbish on the pitch. So it appears now that we've got that package, and I think all Charlton fans, well, certainly most of them, will be delighted with that. And the owner,
you're never going to get all tell. Oh yeah, let's be honest.
I think a message to the owners from most fans, 99.999% would be thank you.
Yeah, and I often say to people, go and sit in the stand if you want a real representation, because a lot of Charlton fans that I speak to, and I've got pulled by one today on the way into Loftus Road, really knowledgeable gentleman who knew everything that was going on, but had a realistic outlook on where we're at as a football club, and not representative of some of the stuff that you read on the internet. So he was very calm and relaxed, and was just enjoying the fact that we're in the Championship, and we have got an ownership that is spending a little bit of money. But look, there's still lots of work to be done, let's not kid ourselves, on and off the pitch. But the chaos of maybe the last 3 or 4 years is certainly now settling down, and we've got a person in control that is in control and making good decisions. But I think everyone will point to the fact that we're laying foundations that are stronger than they've been for a long time, but there's still a lot of building work to be done, and that's where we sit. But we're in a good place. We're back in the Championship, and we're enjoying days like this where we should have a very, very good atmosphere at a tight ground with the away end sold out, and that's another thing. We have to give credit to the supporters who
100%.
Yeah, they have been so good in the last 12 months in following this team away from home. The Valley's getting busier and busier, which is great to see. So there's so many positives to take at the football club at this moment in time, but no, I don't think anyone will find themselves getting carried away. We're in a good position, but we've got to continue to grow and to build.
I don't think the words getting carried away are in the vocabulary of most Charlton fans, if I'm honest. Certainly not this side. Away to our right hand side in the is that the Achilles security stand, I think it's called? 1,600 plus Charlton fans in the top tier of that stand. Disappointingly, QPR have sold the bottom section to the home fans, of which there are only a handful. Well, I say handful, only a few hundred, I think. So I think Charlton probably would have sold out top and bottom, if I'm honest, for this game. As it is, we're just crammed into the top tier of the stand away to our right hand side. As you're looking, it's the left hand side, because your cameras are opposite us this afternoon. But they're already making noise. The Charlton faithful away to our right hand side is great to see. It is a compact stadium. had mixed emotions coming here back in the years. I remember coming here when it was a plastic pitch, and that was horrendous. Coming here even when Fulham played here temporarily for a while in the cup game. There's been a few games you didn't particularly want to remember, but some games we absolutely do like remembering. And it's just a nice, compact London ground.
Yeah.
And as you just said, you alluded to, it's the fact that we're in the Championship at grounds like this that make you smile.
Yeah, you hope QPR home fans turn up in numbers. I know they're not having a particularly good time of late, and actually the statistics are not good reading for them, and they'll be keen to start turning that around today. But the point I'm making is if you get this full, it's like we have different perspectives on this. We've spoken about this already. Yeah. You as a fan go horrible, and I go as a player loved it. Absolutely loved it, especially when you're winning and the away fans are behind you and they're singing, at the top of their lungs in the numbers that they are. It's a wonderful place to play football if you're on top of a game.
Well, the sides are coming up below us on the halfway line, and as they do, and they bridge the halfway line, I'll show you out the team, starting with our home side, QPR. In goal for them, number 13, Joe Walsh. 3, the captain, Jimmy Dunn. 4, Liam Morrison. 7, Kader Dembele. 11, Paul Smith. 18, Reece Norrington-Davis. 20, Harvey Vale. 22, Richard Kone. 24, Nicholas Madsen. 27, Amadou Mbengue. And number 40, Jonathan Varane. Your subs for QPR: Paul Nardi, Steve Cook, Sam Field, Coco Saito, Isaac Hayden, Roman Burrell, Kieran Morgan, Ryan Coley and Esquadina. The Charlton side will line up within goal: number 1, Thomas Kaminski; 2, Kane Ramsey; 5, Lloyd Jones; 6, Connor Coventry; 7, Therese Campbell; 10, the captain, Greg Doherty; 11, Miles Leaburn; 14, Sonny Carey; 16, Josh Edwards; 17, Amari Bell; and number 30, Rob Apter. Your subs for Charlton: Ashley Maynard-Brewer, Macaulay Gillespie, Tanto Alafe, Charlie Kelman, Joe Rankin Costello, Reece Burke, Alan Mwamba, Ibrahim Fuller and Harvey Nibbs. Your referee for this afternoon is Andrew Kitchen. It's going to be assisted by Sean Hudson and George Byrne, and your fourth official is Stephen Parkinson. And Brownie, before we get underway, actually we should point out that if you are listening and watching, you can and if you have purchased a match streaming pass today, you can get an annual pass for just £240, which gives you coverage of every single league game. And I should reference that today's stream is sponsored by club partner NordVPN, and we thank them for that. But Brownie, before we get underway, how important is for Charlton, given what's happened in the last few weeks to QPR, get off to a fast start and try and put them under the cosh straight away?
You've got to imagine we're going to go forward quickly and press high up the pitch and put that defensive line under pressure as quickly as we can. They're in a fragile position, Queen's Park Rangers, and I think it would be foolish to let them settle into this game. They have got home advantage, and that does count for a lot, but I'd be very surprised if we don't have a fast start and go a little bit direct early on, just to play in their defensive third, our final third, to see how stable these changes are and how quickly they settle into the roles and responsibilities that they've been given for Queen's Park Rangers today. But it's finally poised, this one. We probably we definitely deserve more points than we've got on the board at the moment. Our performances have been terrific, and we haven't actually got out of those performances what we deserve. QPR actually are struggling, and both sides would love to get the 3 points here today.
Well, as QPR will get us underway, attacking the end to where the Charlton fans are situated, and we are underway. As QPR immediately go backwards down the middle and drill it forwards. Amari Bell with his first touch of the afternoon. Carey can't get there, but Apter does, bites in on the challenge, and it needs coverage in that middle from, I think it was Madsen. Difficult to tell, the numbers are atrocious. QPR's red numbers on the back of their striped shirts. So you might have to bear with us once or twice as Charlton take the throw backwards to Ramsey, tries to switch it across to Campbell, but beaten to it. There's a touch coming in now from Varane. And ball through the middle, looking for Kone. Needs Jones to come across with a super tackle to get the ball out of play for a QPR throw.
Yeah, and they resume that battle from the playoff semi-final, which Jones comprehensively won. Good pace from the centre half, made up the ground nice and quickly. Good clean tackle, give him a lot of confidence going forward.
Looks like it might be a long throw from the QPR left-hand side. It's just beyond halfway inside the Charlton half. Referee telling the throw to hurry up, and he does, and he does launch it long. 3 Charlton players go for it. Ramsey with one touch. Apter can't get there. It's knocked back into the penalty area where Edwards heads it away, and now Campbell will look to pursue this out. And he'll get there first. A little foot in from Dembele, stops Campbell in his tracks. Edwards tried to take the quick throw, asking Campbell to run away, but wasn't quite in the same wavelength. So it goes back to Bell. Inside to Jones, edge of the penalty area. Coventry coming deep. Just the right side of the defence, back inside to Jones as QPR look to press now with Madsen. Down the line goes Bell, looking for Campbell, headed away from him. Doherty will pick it up for Charlton. Again trying to find Campbell, doesn't quite find his mark. QPR clear it away. Kone launches himself at it and gets a touch in field, but Jones is on hand to deal with that. Sends it away, looking for Apter on the right-hand side. I don't think he'll get there, it doesn't have the legs on it. But Carey intercepts the clearance out. Nobody yet to get their foot on the ball properly as such as
expected, though.
Yeah, both teams finding their way in this one. Ball forward from QPR, dealt with by Jones ahead of Kone. Scoops it up in the air. Carey will battle for it. Nobody gets the first header on. Leeburn comes short to get the second one. The QPR had possession on their left-hand side. Ramsey a little bit close, but the referee's allowing that to go. Doherty almost steps in to win it back for Charlton, but QPR have it in the centre circle. It's a press from Charlton, but QPR ride that, and it's on their right-hand side. Down the line it goes. Vale tries to go inside of Edwards, who gets a foot in. And temporarily our view is blocked by a huge girder in front of us, holding up the roof.
Yeah, Vale's a good size. I wasn't quite sure where he was going to play, but it looks like he's going to try and get up alongside Kone in the front 2, but he also is then dropping into that 10 role just off of Kone, but he is going to try and get alongside him, but I mean, they've gone physical across the front line, Kone and Vale, both 6 foot plus, broad across the shoulders.
Another long throw from Smith into the box. Bell heads it away, Campbell can't get there, it'll come back to Smith. Goes down the line to Vale, completely skies his attempted cross, and Edwards just then shadows it out of play for a Charlton goal kick.
Did you say disguise as an attempted cross?
No, I said
like
skies.
Skies, I thought you said disguises.
No,
he's had the old air shot.
Air shot,
yeah. I think he just towed it with his left foot when he was trying to cross it.
I did give him some benefit that there was some contact.
Yeah. One of those horrible moments when you're out there, you go for the big swing, cross it in the box, and you completely miss it.
You can pull your hammy doing that sort of thing.
I didn't have a hammy to pull, really, to be honest with you. But yeah, hectic start, as you'd imagine. This is a side come off the back of a heavy defeat. They've gone long, they've gone direct, they're trying to get the knockdowns, physical start on the front foot.
Kaminsky with a goal kick, headed back through, and it will come all the way back to him. Well, the QPR midfield, didn't see who got that header. Obscured from seeing his number as Kaminsky sends it forward again. Leeburn this time looking to get it, but headed away from him. And in the midfield, QPR will build down the left now. Smith with Ramsey biting at his heels too closely for the referee's liking. It'll be a free kick on that left-hand side for QPR. Yeah,
again, free kicks on the halfway line early in the game. No worries at all. Ramsey all over Smith every time he's in possession, because the danger of Smith is ball at his feet running at you. He can be quite tricky when he does that. If you can get there while he's facing away from goal and get on top of him, you get moments like that where Ramsey will be in control.
Edwards has it for Charlton in the centre circle. Out to Carey. Carey finds Apter on the right-hand side. I said get Wright and Apter all mixed up. QPR put it out of play for a throw. Carey goes backwards to Jones. Apter stays on the touchline on that right, but Charlton switch it across. It's now with Edwards on the left. Campbell inside of him, but Dembele comes back, puts a foot in. Charlton will have a throw.
Listen, we're going to have to wait, maybe 10-15 minutes for this game to settle, because QPR, as you'd imagine, physically working hard, trying to get tight, being a little bit physical and aggressive.
Pressing Jones in possession and Bell, but out ball to Edwards. Edwards inside to Doherty, trying to send Leeburn on his way, just didn't get enough on it.
Yeah, just got to go long
height, and it allowed Morrison to clear it away for a Charlton throw.
Anything in behind Morrison there, he's in trouble. Leeburn had taken up a great position between Morrison and Benk. Had to clear the back line.
Throwing goes backwards, and then Jones switches it across to Apter. He's not going to get there. It's just an interception on that left-hand side. Charlton again the throw in quickly back to Coventry, inside to Jones once more. Again has Bell in position to his left.
I mean, look how defensive they're set up now.
Now Carey makes a run through the middle, but the angle of that pass through by Bell, not quite up to it, and comfortable for Walsh out of his 6-yard box to claim it.
Yeah, they're going to leave Jones, Ramsey and Amari Bell in possession. They're not really looking to press that particularly quickly when they're in possession. Back four's only 5 yards off the 18-yard box, midfield not too far in front of that. They're going for a real compact low block.
Well, Charlton were hoping that ball would go out of play. It was Norrington Davis from the left back who sent it down the line. It looked for all the world it was going to go out of play, and that has to be a foul. Nothing given from the referee, and QPR possession back. Unfortunately, it's a misplaced pass, but Varane will pick it up for the home side. Ball through the middle to Dembele, who turns. Coventry trying to get at him, and it's into Kone. Back to Dembele, who scuffs it completely into the ground and into Kaminski's arms.
Yeah, lovely little intricate give and go between Dembele and Kone, which Dembele presents a wonderful opportunity and should score, but they should never have been in that position. That was a cast iron free kick. I have no idea what this assistant referee's doing to not spot that, or the referee in truth. Blatant foul.
Charlton get away with that, having not getting the free kick, which looked an absolute dead cert. But now Jones tries to switch it across to Edwards. Again, it's hanging up and allowing the keeper to come and claim it. Quickly rolled out to Dembele on the right-hand side. Edwards makes it back. The ball through down the line to Vale, inside to Kone, lets it go. Smith with the shot and the opening goal. Little too easy.
Yeah, I mean, that's come from a cross taken by the goalkeeper, bowled it out to Dembele, no one near him. Vale's run off the shoulder into the corner, not particularly picked up or followed or tracked, so therefore we couldn't get tight on the cross. Once the cross comes in, Kone with a lovely lead for Smith coming in at the far post. And once he cuts inside his man and gets in front, it's a side foot finish into the back of the net from close proximity. Charlton behind, and that was, as you say, Tel, all too easy. Not like us either. We've been extremely diligent defensively, and that's the first time I've seen us not do our jobs properly.
It may have been a case of the back line not expecting the ball to run all the way across unchecked.
Well,
you've got the fact that Vale got in behind, and then Smith got in behind the retreating Apter and got there first. Will be something that Nathan Jones won't be happy with.
Yeah, I think you've been kind there. I mean, the run from Vale's not dynamic. It just wasn't tracked well enough. Kone is a good leave. That is a good leave, right? Because he didn't even make an attempt to take the shot. But Apter just showing his defensive vulnerability there, allowing Smith to get across his shoulder. Because, as you say, he didn't anticipate, he didn't think the ball was going to make it across. As a defender, you're always what ifs. What if he misses this? Get yourself in a position that puts you in a clearing position or a position to deal with the ball. What you don't do is ball watch and think it's not going to get there, because then you see what happens.
Long ball forward from the goal kick. Straight out of play will be Amari Bell, leaving it now to Edwards on the left-hand side. So 20 yards or so, 15 yards away from the corner flag. Down the line he goes, looking for Leeburn. Can't get there. Doherty picks up the piece inside, it skies it a little bit. Kone blocks off Jones and then sets up Dembele. Down the line again, looking for Vale. Amari Bell just touches it out of play for the QPR throw. Dembele leaving this for Smith. And rather than Charlton putting pressure on QPR early, it's so far been the other way round. As QPR have got some control in this game momentarily. As the throw-in comes in, view's obscured as Bell clears it away. Dembele lifts it back into the area. The header coming in across the box. It's a mismatch at the back there between Norrington, Davis and Apter. Norrington Davis with the header, but unfortunately for Charlton, nobody there to capitalise on it.
Yeah, I mean, the goals come early enough for us to have plenty of time to get back in it. And actually, I thought we were a slightly better side up until that little barge and the shot from Dembele, which seemed to give the home side a little bit of confidence, and the goal came shortly after that. But yeah, we've just got to concentrate for the next 5-10 minutes, not give QPR another leg up.
Ramsey going down the right-hand side, felt he was fouled from Smith, and in an attempt to then try and get to the ball afterwards, committed a foul of his own on Norrington Davis. QPR have the free kick. Nathan Jones is saying if he'd have given the first one, the second one wouldn't have happened. It's all a mute point, and it's a free kick to QPR on their left-hand side. Round of applause for ringing around the stadium for something I'm sure means something to QPR fans.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have the heads up on that one, but they weren't given any indication what was happening.
Free kick comes away, down the Charlton right. Jones can't get there as Norrington Davis wins that header, coming in from the left, but again harmlessly through to Kaminski. Kaminski just waiting to see which way Kone is going to take up, and he goes right to Jones, sends it long, looking for Lieber.
Yeah.
He'll jump, can't get there. I think it was Morrison coming in behind, or maybe, yeah, Morrison, I think it was.
Got a slight issue with that setup with the two centre halves either side of the kick. We've gone long twice now.
Doherty wins it back, and Apter was going down that right-hand side, but two QPR players to accompany win it back, and now it's Smith on the left. Cuts inside, finds Dembele. There's an overlap here, but it's well blocked off by Edwards, and now Doherty trying to bring it away, but Charlton does so, and then he's fouled as he tried to lift the ball across to Lieber. Charlton have a free kick in the centre circle. Yeah,
warning for Tyrese Campbell there. Done the right back, completely done him off the shoulder with a run, and thank God Edwards made that interception, because if he hadn't, we had Dunn bursting down the right-hand side in acres of space, and Murray Bell wasn't going to get across. But just going back to that, Kaminski has the two centre halves, two of the centre halves, the centre one and our left one either side of him. He goes short, gets it back, and then we smash it long to Lieber. He hasn't won the header yet. The knockdown's gone straight to the QPR midfield, because our midfield's set up to play out from Kaminski. So we just got to be a bit wary about how we're setting up and what that midfield's expected to do, because it can't get the knockdowns at the moment.
Well, from the free kick, Amari Bell on the left, back inside to Coventry in a central position, looking for Apter on the right-hand side. He's drilled that one, he's found Apter as well. Good chest control. They're going to take on Norrington Davis, gets the ball into the box as well, but Lieberman can't get there before him. Benge clears it away. Ramsey retreating with Kone. Jones is there as well, and Jones cushions header into Ramsey's path. He tried to lift it across to Apter, who does retrieve it, but then only succeeds in giving it straight to Kone. Apter, though, still biting back in the challenge, forcing QPR backwards, and Norrington Davis eventually goes back to his keeper. He draws it forward, gets it completely wrong, just about bypasses Carey, and straight through to Ramsey, who just tucks it back to Kaminski. Kaminski's got Jones to his right. Bell out to his left, but he might go long himself here up towards Lieberman. Good header infield to Connor Coventry, but he can't find Campbell with his header.
It went the wrong way. Should have gone to Carey. Carey was in a decent position to his right, but at that point you're just trying to win the ball, win the knockdown and try and advance it forward, but Carey was the ball, but Coventry couldn't find him.
On the QPR clearance, it's headed away by Ramsey, out of play for a QPR throw on their left-hand side. For just joining us, QPR 1-0 up with a Paul Smith goal on 8 minutes. Down the line with the throw. Jones with the header, Coventry sends it forward. Lieberman will get something on this, trying to find Campbell, but the run through to Dunn. Dunn, under pressure from Campbell, has to go back to his keeper. Swaps passes with Morrison. No pressure on him at the minute. Lifts it forward up towards Kone, who tries to flick it on. Jones read that. Gets a touch to Carey. Carey, Apter to his right-hand side. Brings it infield. Nothing immediately in front of him, so he goes backwards.
The positions that our midfield and front players are taking up at the moment are quite easy to pick off. QPR, like I said, go into that quite low block.
Coventry with a lovely ball down the right-hand side, looking for Apter. Oh, and he's taken out by Mbengade, surely. Missed the ball completely. Apter ends up on the floor, referee waves it away, but Ramsey's picked it back up for Charlton, and he's infield to Doherty. Across in the middle is Bell. Bell with Edwards to his left. Trying to send Campbell on his way, but he's put too much angle on that, and QPR can clear. Doherty bites in on the challenge, wins it back for Charlton. Edwards with the cross, it'll run through to Apter on the right-hand side. Brings it down. lifts the ball into the box over Leeburn. Campbell can't get there. Dunn clears it away, and Apter will pick it up again on the right. Back inside is Ramsey. Lifts it into the box. Headed clear by Kone back there to QPR. So Ramsey trying to head it back to Jones. Has got that all wrong, and Smith will bring it forward for QPR. Looks to get in the shooting position. Smith goes down under the challenge of Coventry, and there was the slightest touch. He's gone down, got a booking, but given what he's let go in the last couple of minutes, that's a bit harsh for me.
I've got to say, I've missed the replay as well, but here we go. I don't think there's... I mean, this is... I mean, it's a palm of the hand on the back, and he's almost going down before he even gets that touch. But go back to Ramsey there trying to bend down and head it. I thought
no idea what he was doing.
Well,
now.
You just let the ball drop and you protect it. Smith's not got the strength to come through you. So in those circumstances, a defender, it is awkward. I'm going to give him an out ball because those moments are awkward. But if you can, let the ball go to ground and hold him off. You go back to that cross to the far post. Campbell the same. He made a great run. He got inside Dunn. Get your arm up and hold him off when you've got a header. But because he doesn't get his arm up, Dunn comes across him and clears the ball. So you've got to be a bit cuter, got to be a bit cleverer. Ramsey as well, arm up, let the ball drop on the ground and pass it back, because Smith's not going to come through you in terms of a challenge. But this is a very, very good position for Queen's Park Rangers. Dead centre, 22 yards out.
It's dead centre on the line of the D. I think this might be Varane, isn't it? Just trying to look to see who's actually... some tussling going on there behind the wall between Kone and Carey.
They're also trying to creep in front of that line that the referee's drawn, which he's got his eye on.
Kone goes behind the wall. Free kick now taken, drills it infield, saved by Kaminski. Header coming in over the bar, and did Kaminski get a touch? Oh, it's offside anyway. I mean, that save and rebound is right in between me and in the girder, between me and the goal. It was Madsen who actually took the free kick, I think.
Yeah, not ideal, the girder, but we have got a telly up there that is showing.
I can't watch that.
Yeah, no, you have to adjust because, like you said, the centre of the goal is completely
I've got Sky highlights on
covered by me, for me. But yeah, it's a decent effort, but it's enough inside that Kaminski's left-hand post to just be a comfortable save for him. But it's nevertheless a good save.
Free kick to Charlton on the edge of the 6-yard box. Kaminski drills it down the middle. Leeburn will jump, gets a touch on it. Campbell can't get there though, it's cleared away. Another touch coming in the midfield from Smith, tidied up by Bell. Ramsey tries to go down the line to Apter. He's taken the ball off his toes by Norrington Davis, and QPR have it back with Smith. Down the line to Kone. Back inside to Madsen, lifts it over the top. That could be offside. Yes, it is. Norrington Davis with the run ahead, I think. No, it actually might be Vale who's swapped sides momentarily. Free kick taken quickly inside to Jones. Bell takes it off. Jones out to Edwards. Back inside to Bell as QPR look to press. Jones once more on the right. Drills it forward. Carey with an attempted flick on, misses it completely, and Bengate passes it out to Dembele. Dembele running through the middle. Out to the right-hand side is nobody in particular. Smith trying to make up the ground. Ramsey just goes across and shields it away. Charlton goal kick.
Yeah, they've got all the answers at the moment, Queen's Park Rangers. This is a little bit of a switcheroo because we've been very good out of possession. We've denied teams the opportunity to play through the lines, and we've been very good at nullifying opposition strengths. And at the moment, we can't find a way to break down QPR. And when the turnover comes, they've got a player in positions to receive that make them quite dangerous. Smith looks good at the moment. Dembele's taking up little pockets that are causing us trouble. But it's in possession we're struggling. We can't seem to get a link up. We're being forced to go long, which we're not comfortable with.
Leeburn with the flick on and then controls it himself afterwards. Finds Apter out on the right-hand side is Carey, and it's just lost out with them and Benga going across and just blocking them off. Gone out for a QPR goal kick.
Yeah, good strength from the left side of the centre half. Benga, he got there nice and early, read it, and then a little exchange of body checks across the shoulders, which you're not going to beat in Bengay. when he's got himself in that position, so it just drifts out for the goal kick. But yeah, we're struggling to conjure up anything, which is why it's a shame that last cross that come in when Campbell did take a little bit of a gamble and got in front of Dunn. Just get your arm up and, you know, hold him off, and you might get your head on it. But yeah, it's all QPR at the moment. Got to give them credit. They're on top.
Goal kick sent away down the QPR right. Might have too much on it, that. It has. Down to play for a Charlton throw. Just inside the Addicks half. Charlton fans trying to lift the side on the way to our right-hand side. So it goes back to Bell, inside to Jones. Jones looking forward, nothing there, so it goes right to Ramsey again. Closed down by Smith, goes back inside to Kaminski. Bell available, and then Edwards showing himself, but Bell goes long up to Campbell, controls it well, and then tries to find Edwards, but can't make it. And again, Campbell goes to ground and looks in some pain. Referee again waves it away as Bell takes it away for Charlton. Brings it forward. Dembele comes back and grabs the ball off his toes. Kone for QPR. He's got Dembele out to the right-hand side. Charlton stretched a little here. Dembele up against Edwards. Goes one way, then the other. Edwards trying to stop it. Doherty finally does, but the ball's still with QPR. Ball back across the box. Look at Kone. Ramsey is an important header, and then Coventry just rushing his ball forward, but it'll drop to Apter. Just holds up. Oh, he's again kicked in the back of the heels by Smith. The referee again looks at it, does nothing about it. Charlton had possession though, maybe that was the reason, as Edwards and Bell swap passes. Jones now across to Coventry, come short and deep. Ramsey available, but Coventry looks the other way, finds Jones once more. We've had coming up to 23 minutes here, just over 23 minutes in fact. Charlton 1-0 down, but in possession. Edwards across to Bell. Bell tried to feign to get past Vale, didn't work. He's gone back the other way. It's now Coventry again, this time on the right-hand side. Apter further right. Got a little bit of space now, Apter, and he's using it in that right-hand corner. Goes past one, can't go past Norrington Davis. And Charlton thought initially that might have a sniff for a corner, but only momentarily, because it is a goal kick.
Yeah, it just seemed to be physically on top of us. I think that's fair to say at the moment. Even Dembele chasing back Bell moments ago. Endeavour, you know, very clever tackle to come out with the ball. We're not having a lot of joy down the right-hand side. Seems like Norrington Davis and Smith have doubled up, working hard together to stop that. Campbell's not having a lot of joy down the right, our left-hand side. Dunn seems to be taking care of that. Miles Lieburn struggling to get into the game. Carey struggling to get into the game. They just seem to have the edge physically across those positions at the moment.
Ball out to the right-hand side. Edwards does really well to shield Dunn out of the way. It'll be a Charlton throw. Edwards with it, and Lieburn's having the shirt pulled off his back here. I mean,
admit that he's missing quite a lot, actually.
Yes. Again, Edwards does really well to make sure Charlton retain possession. Doherty then back to Bell. Cross to Jones. Scampering a bit, but Jones has found Ramsey, but he's under pressure now. Back with Jones, who uses Kaminski. He's got Bell in front of him. Oh, Bell looking to send Carey on his way, and Carey, if he can get there, he's just pushed out of the way by Norrington Davis. That wasn't subtle. Not a foul either, according to the officials.
You could rule that's a body check, but I've got to say it's a brilliant run from Carey. He's taken up a position outside of Mbank and inside the left back, Norrington Davis, and Davis has tracked Carey and left Apter wide open, and the diagonal was the ball because the left back had gone with the runner, leaving that right hand channel severely exposed, and we just missed it.
I just get frustrated with the foul that Coventry conceded, then got a yellow card for, was nowhere near the connection that Norrington Davis has just put on Carey. Not even close.
The difference being one's a hand, so it's clear to the referee, and that's a chest, and you don't often get the chest one where you just bump the player physically. It's weird, I know, because one had a lot more, you know, physical presence than the other, but it's just what referees do.
Yeah, Charlton trying to press QPR back in their right-hand corner. They get it out, and it's another late one. This time, Vale on Bell, and this time the referee does blow. as QPR cleared it away, and it was a foot race between Bell and Vale, which Bell won. Charlton free kick taken quickly into the feet of Coventry, trying to send it over the top, asking Carey to pursue it, and Benge's over there. Ooh, a little awkward bounce, but he got away with the clearance. Doherty then in a battle, can't get there, but Coventry does. Left to Edwards. Edwards looks up, gets the ball into the box. Leeburn's there with a shot off the crossbar. Charlton so close to the equaliser. Leeburn met the cross from Edwards on the left-hand side, on the full, well, on the half volley, I guess, in the 6-yard box. Cannons off the crossbar, and then QPR put it out for a Charlton corner.
Yeah, you won't see many better balls into a penalty area than that. Wicked delivery from Edwards, out swinging away from the keeper, in behind the back line. Leeburn took up a superb position off the shoulder of the last centre-half, meets it on the half volley, and he is unlucky because he struck it well. I mean, we're talking about quarter of an inch higher on the ball, and it's in the back of the net, but he's just hit it, you know, just on the centre line underneath it, and up it goes. Very, very unlucky.
Corner to Charlton, swung in deep. Jones the target, gets something on it, but I think it was a QPR head, maybe last. No, not according to the official over on the other side. And Charlton players are just apoplectic about that. It did look like Jones had hit it off the head of the QPR man, but the officials thought otherwise. It's going to be a goal kick.
Yeah, can't tell from here, but yeah, I go back to the opportunity. Miles, he'll be devastated. He hasn't found the back of the net with that. But as a striker, it's coming in at pace. You keep your eye on it. You've got the defender putting you off in front. You've got the keeper trying to come out and smother. He's made great contact, but he'll be disappointed that hasn't found the back of the net.
Goal kick sent away again down the Charlton left. Again, Edwards and Dunn battling for it. Ball had gone out of play before Coney could get there. It'll be a Charlton throw. Edwards wants to take it quickly, trying to send Leeburn again. Leeburn having the shirt pulled off his back. Which everybody can see, it would appear, except the people that matter. Clearance forward, those read by Jones. Now Charlton send it forward, and again Leeburn taken out, but the flag's gone up for offside off Campbell. Which was first is the question, and the referee's going to say it was the offside.
It will always be the offside, because the ball is from when the ball leaves the foot. So you've got to rewind that all the way back to here, and Campbell was 2 or 3 yards offside. It just hadn't got back onside at all in that phase of play, so therefore it was easy to catch him offside.
Coventry cuts out the attempted ball forward, up to Carey, who's thought Apto was further forward than he was. So QPR dealt with that little flick round the corner, and now Mbenge brings it out of defence. All the way out of defence, still going, Mbenge. Ramsey for company, slides in, gets the ball out of play for a throw.
Yeah. Good challenge from Ramsey, excellent run from Mbenge. He's hurt. It was a strong challenge from Ramsey, put everything into that.
And he's stayed down with pain on his right-hand side. The referee's gone over, but he's back up. And we'll restart with a long throw from Smith. It's 20 yards away from the corner flag. And we'll launch this into the Charlton penalty area. In it comes towards the 6-yard box. Jones comes out and meets it, super header away. It will be Mbenge who picks it up for QPR. To his right is Varane. Back to Mbenge with Carey pressing, and Carey wins the ball off of the QPR centre-half. Carey, nowhere to go though, and now looking down the line, asking Campbell to chase it. Varane tracking back to cover his centre-half, just gets a foot in. And now Morrison with Charlton buzzing round him.
Yeah.
Leeburn gets a touch, it'll be a QPR throw.
Better work from Campbell. I think that's how he has to play at times. Up his levels of pressurising, his pace, his involvement. But good work from Carey. Just he couldn't find an option to set for us to play, so he had to turn them around. But then we've pressurised together. At least we've worked their back line a little bit. We haven't got our press quite right today, which is unusual. It's normally first class.
QPR send it clear. Jones deals with it, and then Dunn launches it forward, and there's a tussle there between Kone and Bell. Kone ends up on the floor. QPR on a free kick. Referee's saying carry on, and then he's blown to say that that QPR man needs attention.
Yeah.
Bell's going over and saying to Kone, just get up.
Yeah, well, I think he's in some discomfort, but what it does do is it gives Nathan Jones a chance to call the troops in and have a little chat. I think the last 5 minutes have been good. It's been our best spell, and it coincided with that Leeburn opportunity. We've had our tails up a little bit since then. And I think naturally QPR, even though they've had that fast start and scored that goal, I would say there's still going to be an awful amount of nerves within that team as this game progresses. You know, you haven't found your first result yet in terms of 3 points. You've been thumped. Yes, you've had a good start, but I think there's much better to come from Charlton, and they've just started to turn the pendulum in their favour.
Well, it's Kone's hand that's the problem. He's getting treatment to that hand now. I thought it was only head injuries we did that for. Or is it me?
No, I think...
Has it changed?
Yeah, no, I think it's the referee's discretion. I think if someone's rolling around in agony, he did give him a good 10 seconds opportunity to get up. He was even speaking to him, but the way Kone was rolling around, this is the difficulty, I think, of being a man in the middle. You have to go on the reaction of the player, and if he's going to make a fuss and keep rolling around and pretending he's broke his wrist, you have to call the game. You know, you have to hold the game up, because if you don't and he's broken it, you're going to get battered.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, it's just how it is. You know, when you see players go down at times and you know there's absolutely nothing wrong with them, it is frustrating. But he did look like he was in some discomfort there. So,
well, referee's dropped the ball to Jones, who's got Bell to his left. Coventry through the middle now. Got Apter available to the right-hand side. Apter cuts back inside Smith to find Ramsey. Jones still Coventry still available, as is Jones. Now across to Bell. Edwards to the left. Campbell down the line. Campbell looking to take on Varane. Still, sorry, it's Campbell back inside to Bell. Crossing opportunity. Has to cut back in on his right foot. He's got Coventry in the centre. Connor Coventry. Apter and Ramsey out to the right. First Ramsey, now Rob Apter on the right-hand side. Cuts back in on his left. Lifts the ball into the box. Lieburn's there. Little header, but not enough pace on it or power. And it's a comfortable one for Walsh.
Yeah, that's excellent from Charlton, though, in terms of where we positioned ourselves, where we had players for knockdowns and balls that were cleared out, where the support positions were. Excellent from Campbell initially to break down in behind Dunn on this left-hand side. That was much better. I think Liebern was just trying to cushion that into the path of somebody else and just got the direction wrong.
Jones does well to win the ensuing clearance out by Walsh. And then Apter down the right-hand side gets his attempted ball down the line off of Norrington Davis. It'll be a Charlton throw. Ramsey looking to take it. We've had coming up with 33 and a half, well, just gone 33 and a half minutes. Still Charlton goal down after 8 minutes. Last couple of minutes have been better from the Addicts, though. And it's Edwards on the left-hand side. Campbell inside, but he's going on a run. Edwards, still Edwards, going past Dunn, ball into the box. Just couldn't pick out Liebern. He went straight to Walsh.
Yeah, I think as a centre forward, when your wing back's driving down and he's close to this sideline and he's under pressure from the opposition right back, I think the gamble is across the near post. Yeah, he's going to really struggle to get that far post, and then allow the guy behind you, if it's Carey, I don't think it was Carey on this occasion, or Apter coming round the back, let them do the middle and far. But good break from Edwards down the left.
Jones does well again to win the ball back for Charlton from the ball forward, and it's Jones to find Coventry. Apter out to the right again, a little bit more space.
Yeah, we're starting to take control a little bit.
Cuts inside Apter, still bringing the ball in field, and he's got Bell to his left. Edwards hugging the touchline on the left-hand side. Dembele comes across, but back inside to Bell. Jones available inside as well. Now bringing it forward. Lloyd Jones gets the ball across, and Benge with the block, and it's look, a handball from Dembele. Campbell read it anyway, and he's won it back for Charlton. Out to Edwards, into the boxes. Doherty drills it across, and too hard for anyone in a red shirt to get on the end of. Right across to the opposite side for a throw into QPR. Yeah,
but you've got QPR players questioning each other at the moment. They are starting to get picked off. That was an excellent little run in behind from Doherty, the ball across. He was, he was on the run. He was just trying to get something on it before it went out of play. But excellent pressure from Campbell. Love seeing that from Tyrese Campbell. It's a part of his game that I always look at and think, could you do more defensively for us? Well, he's started to shut down players now, and he's chasing back 10, 15, 20 yards. That was an excellent steal off of Dembele.
Another good move from Charlton. Again, Jones at the heart of it. Gets the ball from the clearance up to Liebern to Doherty. Charlton have had to work it backwards, though, under pressure. And it's Jones once more. Out to Ramsey. Looking for options. None immediately available in front of him, so he's just played safe and gone back to Kaminski. He's got Jones to his right, Bell to his left, and it's Bell. With Edwards out here again.
Yeah, look
on
how,
the touchline.
yeah, they're just dragging their full-back inside, Norrington Davis, and it does leave that diagonal. Lee Burn's outside this time, but Carey's in a decent position, and the full-back's taking care of them, leaving Apter wide open, but it's a tough ball. I do appreciate that. It's a tough ball, that diagonal.
Charlton will come back the other way, and it's Bell bringing it forward. Edwards onto his left. Ball inside is a good one to Campbell. In the penalty area, Campbell looking to get a shot away. Blocked. It was a bit too difficult for us from this angle to see how bad that lie was. And now Charlton win the ball back again, and Edwards
just instantly
crosses, but nobody there in the red shirt.
Yeah, just settle. We needed to take a touch on that with Edwards. We weren't set for it. But look, Campbell's gone for the shot, and Amari Bell made a brilliant run on his outside shoulder. But you can understand why the youngster cut inside and tried to get his shot away, because he's maybe 15 yards out on the angle. But Amari Bell made a great run on his inside. But these are good moments for Charlton. They're on top.
And won the ball back again. Doherty out to the left-hand side is Edwards. Again, runners ahead of him. One of them is Campbell. Blocked off, though. Varane up against Doherty. As Varane wins the ball back inside to Madsen, but his ball forward picked off by Bell. Bell tackled from behind. That has to be a free kick. And it is. And ironic applause from Charlton fans.
Yeah, and Jones is making a point that we've got the right-hand side of this pitch is available when we're breaking down the left. It
was, but then we didn't do it quick enough, I think, and that way got blocked off. But Charlton still had possession with Coventry. Out to the right is Jones.
Really good spell for the away side, actually.
Coventry this time finds Edwards to his left. Campbell available on the left-hand side, making a run. Up against Morrison. Cuts inside Morrison. Campbell, and he's into the penalty area. He's dragged back just outside the box.
It's a yard outside, isn't it?
Yeah. It'll be a yellow card to Morrison, but Charlton will feel aggrieved that that should have been a worse punishment than they'll end up getting, because Campbell was in the penalty area and clear.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good yard outside, but excellent down this left-hand side again. And I like the way they're manoeuvring Dunn out of position to come and take Edwards, and Campbell's working in behind Dunn to draw Morrison out of position. Centre-halves don't really want to, in a flat back four, they don't want to get dragged out into the full-back position. And once he got him dragged out there, that's good wing play from Campbell to take him on, beat him. And actually, this could turn out to be a very good foul from their perspective.
Well, it'll be Carey over the free kick. It's just on the edge of the penalty area on the left-hand side, halfway towards the touchline. The goal line, I should say. Carey over it. Waiting for the referee's whistle. Pretty much everybody lined up alongside the 6-yard box bar 3 Charlton players, from Campbell, Coventry and Apter. Referee still talking to the players on that 6-yard line. Now he retreats.
He's going to give a foul, isn't he?
Almost certainly. Now the referee is happy. Carey over this free kick. Drills it across, and it's in the 6-yard box, cleared away. Carey again with a header. Liban can't touch it. And it's into the keeper's arms. That's another opportunity for Charlton. In the last couple of minutes, Jones couldn't get a touch.
Yeah. I'm not sure he struck that free kick as he wanted to, but nevertheless it came back, got a second bite of the cherry, and as it went back in, Jones with an air header. But this is good from the away side. They found a footing in the game. They've started to take it to the home side, and it's a shame they've conceded that goal, because we're chasing the game, but we're having a good go at the moment, Charlton.
Apter and Carey combining down the right-hand side, and coming across is Madsen. Just steps in front of Carey, wins it back for QPR. Finds Mbenga. His ball out, though, well run by Jones, who was fouled by Kone in the process. Charlton will have a free kick.
Yeah. Everything's back as it has been, funny enough. The start was a bit sloppy, it was a bit slow, and the home side took advantage, but this is where we've been at performance level-wise. In this last 10 minutes, we've got back to where we were in the previous 3 games. Suddenly, every ball out we're on top of. There's suddenly options to the player in possession of the ball. We're getting in behind players off the back line. It's much better from Charlton.
And it's Carey over this free kick again. This one just 15 yards so inside the QPR half, just right of centre. Carey lifts it in towards the penalty area. Jones the target, Edwards there as well, but QPR clear it away. Bell will pick it up for the Addicts. Inside of him is Coventry. Coventry's got Apter out on the right-hand touchline. It is Apter. Cuts inside. Still Apter, now lifts it into the box, but there's too much on that, and Walsh will come out and collect.
Yeah, as soon as Apter got driven back onto that left foot, that back line for QPR drove to the 18-yard box. And as soon as the delivery was made with the air underneath the ball, that allowed Walsh to come and make an easy claim. You've got to give their defence a bit of credit there for that coordinated squeeze to the edge of the box.
And QPR trying to press down the left-hand side, and Smith's just gone to the ground for no particular reason. Referee's not having any of that, and Charlton will win the ball back. Carey cuts inside, and he's pulled back.
Yeah.
And he's pulled back by Madsen. He'll be lucky not to find himself in the book for that.
Yellow. That's a yellow. If he doesn't produce a yellow here, then I'm going to start swinging towards the old Homer title.
Well, yeah, it doesn't look like he is, though.
Let's have a little look at the replay, because that's a book. He's pulled his arm from behind him. It's a cast iron yellow card. Oh, referee, come on, fella. You give a booking for a palm on the back earlier.
Oh, there you go. I refer to my earlier comments.
Yeah,
Mr. Brown.
and I always reserve judgments. I think, oh, he's okay, all right. But on this occasion, I mean, that's a proper pull of the arm. Coventry's was a palm on the back.
Well, in terms of how close it was to the goal, no difference to the free kick that you gave a little while ago. But anyway, Charlton got a free kick. It's Apter with it on the right-hand side. Lifts the ball in. Cleared away by Mbenge. Carey will pick it up on the left-hand side, trying to lift it into the penalty area. Always a touch from Dunn when he wouldn't necessarily need to take it. He's cleared it away up towards Kone. Takes a touch to his inside is Madsen, who sends the ball through the middle, and Smith, that he can't control it. And Kaminski can pick it out of the air. But there's an opportunity there for QPR.
Yeah. Listen, it's a wonderful ball from Madsen. It's inch perfect. Smith tries to take a touch, and if he gets a better first touch, he's got an opportunity. But again, that ball in from Carey is an intelligent ball in terms of he was under pressure. He kept it in play. Absolutely no one in the Charlton side anticipated what he was going to do and pressurised Dunn over in this corner. And that's led to them having an attack on us. And actually just needed one of the players in the centre there to come across and pressurise that. We would have been probably a throw into us in the corner.
Charlton's turned to lift the ball over the top, and then Leeburn will try and pick up the pieces, and he's pushed in the back there from Dunn. And Charlton will have a free kick on the left-hand side, and the QPR players jumping in front of the ball, stop a free kick, to be taken quickly. Referee's blown the whistle.
Yeah, I think QPR are probably in a state as well. If it's great for them, for the home side, for the home fans, they've got the lead. But I'm telling you, they concede.
For the half-time
well, and if they concede, bearing in mind where their season's at, new manager bedding in, keeps changing the front side. No wins up to this point. It'll be altogether different complexion to the game.
Carey with the free kick. Lifts it into the box. Ramsey trying to get there, but it's just too much on it.
Our deliveries actually haven't.
For the goal kick.
Yeah, our deliveries from the last 2 or 3 free kicks, Carey twice and Apter once, have been. I don't think they've been where the intended delivery was supposed to go. We've had 2 fall short and cleared, and 1 drift to the far post, which is extremely difficult. I thought the keeper probably should have come for that, but extremely difficult to get on the end of and power towards the goal.
Well, we're heading towards the last 40 seconds of normal time. I haven't seen any indication of the added time, if there is any. Dunn wins the header from the goal kick into Kone. Kone turns. Got Vale to his outside. Behind him is Dunn. Dunn with Bell in front of him, trying to take him on. Goes past the ball, past him at least, and then a little pullback on Bell, which hasn't been spotted. Bell trying to usher it out. It's in the right-hand corner. And Charlton about to concede a throw-in right by that corner flag.
Yeah, he did well actually, Bell, to recover and get across Dunn, but the ball just didn't have enough pace to roll out for the goal kick, and they've converted that into a throw in QPR. But
2 minutes of added time here.
I thought Kone was down for longer than that.
So there you go.
There you go.
And the goal.
And the goal, yeah.
It's going to be a long throw from Smith on this right-hand corner. Thrown into the edge of the 6-yard box. Bell with the header away. Run out to Vale. Has to go backwards to Morrison. Coventry trying to push and press, as is Doherty. Force QPR back, and that has worked all the way back to the keeper.
Yeah, back line has now got to get up and condense the unit.
Walsh sends it forward. It's going to run across to Smith, who stayed on the right-hand side. Ball infield. They go for the 1-2, and it's a horrible return ball back from Vale.
Hammerfoot.
And away for a goal kick, yeah. Don't want to mind that.
Yeah, Hammerfoot, yeah. No. It was on. Lovely little give and go there. Smith inside, went for the return ball off the shoulder of Edwards, and Vale just smashed it out of play. But yeah, certainly I think the tale of the first half is the first 20 minutes QPR managed to score that all-important goal. We didn't cover ourselves in glory defending that one, but we have responded, and the second half of this first half has been all Charlton, to be honest, and the only difference is we haven't managed to convert, and the big moment is the Leeburn half volley.
Ball forwards, picked off by Mbenge. Ball forward is... I didn't see what happened there. Ball forward was covered off by Bell. The referee's given a free kick. I didn't see that. It must have happened off the ball, because I didn't see that. It's giving it QPR's way, but I didn't see what happened there.
Yeah. Must admit it.
A check from somebody? I think Kone was picking himself up from the floor, so did Jones block him off? I didn't see it. So QPR do have a free kick with 7 seconds of added time remaining. Just inside the Charlton half, left of centre. Turn right to Madsen, who sends it across to the far side of the penalty area, headed back across that penalty area. Header coming in, turned around the corner by Kaminski, and it will be the half-time whistle with QPR with the last effort of the game, the first half rather.
Yeah, and a well-worked free kick actually, and the whole point of moving that sideways was to isolate Apter on the diagonal with one of their main headers of the ball. I didn't quite see who it was at the back post. I think it was Vale, but Vale and Apter's a mismatch, and he directed his header back across, and they managed to get first touch and second touch. Good save low down to his right from Kaminski, who hasn't actually had to do a lot since the goal. Maybe that one free kick he palmed out. Like I said, the tale of the tape of the first 45, 20 minutes to QPR, 25 to Charlton. They've converted their one huge opportunity, and we've not managed to convert ours.
Well, it's nicely summed up by Steve Brown, so there's no more for me to say. It's finished half-time here, QPR 1, Charlton 0. That 8-minute Smith goal separating the two sides. Charlton would be buoyed by the fact that in the last sort of quarter of an hour, Charlton have really been in the ascendancy, aside from that last gasp chance for the home side at the half-time whistle. So the half-time talk might be a little different, more of the same potentially as we finish that first half, as we start the second, but come back after a little break and join us here on Charlton TV for all the live action here from Loftus Road. We're going to go for a very short break while we show the half-time highlights, and then it'll be back here for full second half action. Come back and join us too. Well, welcome back, everybody, to Charlton TV and this production from Loftus Road. As the Addicts come back out for the second half, 1-0 down, as QPR are going to make a change for the start of the second half. It looks like Coley is coming on. And, I think that's Smith, the goal scorer, gone off. Didn't see that Smith had injured himself. But Smith, the goal scorer after 8 minutes, is what separates the two sides at the moment. And yeah, there's been a story in the first half. The referee had missed quite a lot of challenges, and
well, he missed a yellow for sure.
Amari Bell's just in lengthy conversation with him. Whether that's anything to do with it, I'm not sure, but can only think it's an injury to Smith, because it's a strange over, because he was playing quite well.
Yeah, I would imagine so. I mean, they have got or have a few injuries that, you know, has weakened them somewhat. I think Poku's out and Chair's out, and last thing they need is another player out. But I would imagine that is the case. He's picked up something in that first 45.
Well, the Addicts get the game underway, send the ball forward, and Bengo will deal with it and send the ball back into the Charlton half. Kone goes to ground again under pressure from Jones. Nothing given in that, and so ball runs through to Kaminski as we settle down in the beginning of this second half. Ball out to Edwards, just made him stretch a little bit. Just got something on it, trying to find Campbell, headed away before it can do that by Varane. Header backwards as Benga in a little bit of rushed situation, but he gets it back to his keeper, who clears it forward. This time Kone does get on the end of the ball, flicks it on, Edwards deals with it, but his cross goes straight into Dembele, and it's into the penalty area. Dembele picks it up again, just outside. Coley, back and now across to Varane. Inside to Dembele once more, looks to get a shot away. Goes one way then the other and picks out on his right-hand side, Vale. Back out to the right and done. Ball into the box. Coley with the header. Comfortably wide of the post, but Charlton with panic of their own making.
Absolutely, yeah. You know, was it good pressure or was it a defensive error? You've got to say on this occasion, defensive error. But just as that ball come in, Coley runs off the back of Jones' blind side. I don't think he got a call, because he just turned around to have a look at Ramsey going, any chance of a little shout there, matey? And Coley had the opportunity to get his header away. Got underneath it and up and away it went. But yeah, of our own doing that one.
Kaminski, short one out to Bell. Space to move into, and then sends it cross field. Leeburn will jump, gets a flick on, looking for Carey into the box, and Benga has to deal with it and gets it away for a Charlton throw by the corner flag. Yeah, on the right-hand side.
I don't mind that tactic. You know, I think if you set up to go long and you get players in behind their defence for the flick on, and players up behind for the knockdown as well, you can apply pressure, particularly early in both halves. Quite like the start. We're kicking towards our own fans as well. I always think that makes a difference.
Edwards comes across for the long throw. Sends it in towards the edge of the 6-yard box, but Walsh coming out of his goal line claims it before anybody can get anywhere near it, and will roll it out to Norrington Davis. Looking forward, long ball up towards Kone. Carey gets there first, but it drops to Varane on the right-hand side. Slips over, Campbell can't get there though. It's infield to Madsen, back out to Varane. Has to go backwards to Morrison. Leeburn looking to press, and goes to Walsh, now out to Mbengue. Mbengue is ball up to Coley. Foot in from Ramsey is a good one, and then Carey tackled from behind and then kicked out when it was on the floor by Coley. Charlton will have a free kick. Coley's preventing it from being taken. Carey now does take it back to Jones.
Yeah, I don't like that rule. The opponent shouldn't be able to stand in front of the ball. It used to be a booking. You used to kick it against them and they'd be automatically booked. They've removed that. So now a player can stand in front of the ball and completely stop play. Carey jumped up, wanted to go quick. Coley stands in front. They've got to do something with that rule, because there was an opportunity to play quick while QPR were out of position.
Charlton work it across to Ramsey, back to Jones. Ball forward though, can't pick out Carey. Cleared by Madsen. Jones has to deal with the forward ball in front of Kone, but at the expense of a throw-in.
Yeah, you want to see us play forward, really. You know, on that free kick, can you Can you try and go forward rather than back? We've gone backwards and now facing a throw in our own half from our free kick.
Kone chest control into Coley. But Vale, that's good defending from Ramsey. Gets in front of Kone and then clears it away. But taking a deflection, which is kind for QPR. And now Norrington Davis on the left-hand side. After with the challenge. Throw into QPR, quickly taken. Kone. Little touch to Norrington Davis, but he couldn't get it under control. It's away for a goal kick. Just 4 minutes into this second half. We're still separated by that one goal.
Yeah, bit of a scrappy start, isn't it?
Bell just almost lost control, but he manages to recover the situation up to Campbell. Charlton felt he was fouled. Nothing, again, given from the referee. Might have been a bit softer, that one. But good clearance from Doherty up towards Campbell. Comes off Charlton man and away for a throw-in. He's still questioning the lack of free kick from the earlier challenge. As the throw-in's taken, QPR send it forward. And Vale hits the floor under pressure from Bell. Referee just waves it away. Be a goal kick to Charlton. As you say, Browning not really settled down. The first half was very similar, actually. It was quite a scrappy opening affair. Charlton will want the next 5 or 6 minutes to go completely different than the first half, as Kaminski prepares to take this goal kick towards Lieber. Jump with Mbenge. Mbenge gets there first. Dembele will then pass it forward up to Kone, who dummied this, but read by Ramsey, has been hauled back by Coley. The referee eventually gives the free kick. Why he was waiting, I'm not entirely sure. But Charlton have a free kick 10 yards or so inside our own half. On the right hand side, Jones touches it left to Bell, who's come central. Fairly static in front of him, not just Charlton, but QPR as well. Everybody was sort of
theirs is by design. Ours isn't. We're in possession, so therefore we've got to make the moves. QPR are putting their sort of deeper block, if you like, with the midfield just not far in front, and the strikers are not trying to press. So we're looking up, and the movement for us has to be key. It's sharp movement from the side in possession has to unlock the opposition. If you don't move, happy days for QPR.
They're all moving now, and it's Carey on the run. Ball from Ramsey, looking for him. It's just drifted out of play though before it can get to Charlton's number 14. It'll be a throw to QPR. On the left-hand side. Halfway inside the QPR half. Down the line it goes. Kind of with the header in field. But, Edwards read that, but the ball back to Kaminski is a bit streaky. Sent Charlton keeper well outside of his penalty area, and he dummies inside Kone and finds Amari Bell. Lifted across to Edwards. He needs to bring this down before it goes out of play, and does so superbly well. Edwards. Ball inside of Doherty, probably wasn't the one, but Doherty's done really well to make the most of that. And he's on the left-hand side. Greg Doherty tackled eventually by Varane. That's good work from the Charlton skipper.
Yeah, he's done very well there, because the ball was a little on the wrong side and he's had to adjust his body position, get it in the way, take a little hit, and has managed to drive forward with the ball. Excellent from Doherty.
Ball goes back to Bell. He's a little bit isolated there. Coventry offers himself behind.
We're set up for a ball into the box. That's why you've got Jones, Lee Burnt at the far post with Carey and Apter, and we've gone short.
Well, now Apter has it as the ball switched across to this right-hand side. He's looking to take on Norrington Davis, which he does, but then he can't wrap the foot around the ball to get a meaningful cross in, and it drifts away for a goal kick. Remains 1-0 here at Loftus Road to the home side. 53 minutes gone in this game. And Charlton fans away to our right-hand side, still getting behind the side, trying to drive them forward.
I mean, I think if we were to breach their goal, the atmosphere in here would change dramatically. I think the players' mentality on the pitch would change dramatically. Our fans would be brilliant, as they always are, and then suddenly the noise in here and the dynamics of this stadium would change.
Trying to press now, and won the throw-in, and then Lieber being pulled to the ground, but again nothing given. Back to Edwards though. Edwards out to Campbell on the left. Campbell looking to take his man on. Does so. Ball across the box is a good one. Apter can't get a full enough contact, but it goes in anyway. The dropping ball on the edge of the 6-yard box, connected by Apter into the ground, and it took an age to go over the QPR defence. And Walsh in the goal just watched it into the right-hand corner, and Charlton are back level.
That is a little bit of luck, but you take every bit of luck you can get. Excellent from Campbell on the left-hand side. He was shown the line and he has to take it. He takes it and he drifts a beautiful delivery beyond everybody to the far post. What it needs then is your wing back on the other side coming round. He drives it into the floor and it's the only way he's going to score. If he catches it sweet, I think it gets blocked or the keeper saves it. But he drives it into the floor. It bounces over the centre half. Goalkeeper misjudges the flight, I think. I don't know what the keeper does, but he just chases it into the back of the net. And it's 1-1, and we will see the atmosphere change. We will see the dynamics of the crowds in it. I mean, it's silence from the home fans. The anticipation now that they had the lead, they were looking at their first win. They got pumped last week, they've been pegged back today, and suddenly it's all about the fans away to our right.
Well, I wonder if they'll show a replay of this, because Kone has just flattened Jones as the ball sent forward. And the Charlton man is unhappy with that, and he's pointing the finger at Kone, because I don't think the QPR man was looking at the ball at all. He was intent on connecting with Jones. Have a look at this.
Oh,
it's nasty.
Yep. Take your time, gather your thoughts. But they have good battles, them two. And actually Jones has got that one. If you look at the last 3 or 4 games they played against each other, Jones has controlled that battle.
Well, there was a reluctant handout from Jones when
you have to. You kind of have to, but what you do is you sort of bite your bottom lip and hope you get an opportunity.
Liebern wins a header, and Campbell just dinks it back in his direction. He takes the first-time shot. Miles Liebern just didn't get a decent connection, and it goes away for a goal kick. But the Addicts definitely in the ascendancy now.
Yeah, and I said you could sense, not that was coming, but you could sense if we scored, this is exactly what was going to happen. You've got a nervous fan base in terms of the home side, and you know what our fans are like. You know, if we found a way to get a goal, it's now, can we convert this atmosphere and use it against QPR and to our advantage?
Can Charlton capitalise on it? Jones with the header from the goal kick, but it drops QPR's weight. It's out here to Norrington Davis. Apter with the challenge. Oh, just slipped over, and then he's fouled by Norrington Davis straight afterwards. I think there was a huge amount of intent. It was just good work from Apter. Free kick taken quickly. Campbell in and into the penalty area. Dragged back, takes the shot anyway, and the keeper saves it away on his near post for a corner.
I shouldn't say this.
Should have gone down.
He should have gone down.
My thought exactly.
He should have gone down.
Thought in all the world he was going down.
He's made a brilliant run. He's made a brilliant run, and it's a brilliant ball in behind. And he doesn't do that enough, in my opinion, Campbell. But that is excellent. Was there enough contact that if he'd have gone down, the referee would have given it? I think there was.
I'm not sure. I've just seen the replay. I agree with you, but I'm just not sure he gives it.
Okay. Well, okay. Then he's done the right thing. Corner Charlton. Great run. Great passing behind.
In front of the Charlton fans on the Charlton right-hand side. Edwards with the deep one. Ramsey at the back, but just beaten to it by Dunn, who flicks it away for a Charlton throw-in on the left-hand side.
Listen, we normally are very good at set pieces and we've been dominating teams at the moment, but you just get the feeling they've got too much height in their side for us to cause them too many issues. But maybe something different, maybe a little short corner, little 2v1 out on one of the, on either side.
Charlton fans in full voice away to our right as the throwing goes back to Amari Bell. Lovely slide ball pass into Campbell, who's under pressure now, so he has to go back to Bell. Campbell comes for it again. Therese Campbell looking across to the right-hand side, and Carey thought about a shot. Carey and does eventually take it, but probably needed a split second sooner while the ball was sitting up nicely. In the end, he drags it wide. Goal kick to QPR. We've had 58 minutes, all square here.
I just wonder if Campbell could have got it out his feet and taken a shot. He was on that left-hand side, so you've got the curling option from the right foot towards Walsh's left-hand post.
Another change coming here for the home side.
Yeah, listen, they'll be panicking. I'm telling you now, the bench will be nervous, the players will be nervous, the home fans are nervous. That's not to say that they can't find a way to get back in this, but for the next 10 minutes, they are on the back foot, and our fans are doing exactly what we would expect them to do. They're in full voice. And here comes the change.
Coco, it's Koki Saito coming on, and Dembele going off. Saito just back from injury. Clearly a fan's favourite.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've seen him play a couple of times. He's bright, he's lively. You know, he's a small, little, diminutive figure, but when he gets the ball at feet, he's exciting. And who doesn't like that as a fan? But he is a little bit lightweight. If you like Ramsey, if he can physically get on top of him early and not allow him to get ball at feet and drive at him, I think Ramsey will be favourite. But yeah, he's certainly a player that can excite.
Well, the goal kick goes straight out of play for Charlton's throw. Edwards with it inside the QPR half, goes backwards to Bell. Inside of him is Jones. Ramsey peeling away on this right-hand side. Will receive the ball. Tracked all the way by the substitute Saito. So he goes back to Kaminski. Sends it down the middle. Leeburn will look for this, but it's come off the QPR defender's head, and Benge has to go back to his keeper, who's rushed clearance, has just gone away. Doherty with something on it, falls to Coventry. Back to, well, he was aiming to go back to Doherty. Varane cut it out. The ball back to Morrison. Again, Charlton pressing well. Back to the keeper. Ramsey gets there ahead of Saito well. Header inside to Coventry. Goes back to Ramsey. He's going to be under pressure from Kone, but he rides that, brings it forward, but he's run out of room.
It was the wrong pass from Coventry.
QPR will bring it back. Kone sending Norrington Davis down the line. That's good work from Apter to come back and track him all the way and get the ball back to Kaminski. Clears it away. Madsen with the header forward. Jones gets something on it. Coventry will launch it forward, but nobody there. Dunn can send it upfield. Vale tried to do a dummy for Kone. Didn't come off. Straight through to the keeper.
They've tried that 4 or 5 times today, the front two.
Particularly
Kone, and it came off for the goal, yeah. But Campbell looking lively at the moment. Working hard out of possession, looking lively in possession.
Kaminski with the ball forward, up towards Leeburn. Flick on from Leeburn, looking for Campbell, but Dunn gets there first. Edwards trying to meet the dropping ball. Coley does so first and keeps it in, but only succeeds in sending it through to Kaminski. Little touch to Bell. Across to Jones in the centre. Doesn't risk letting the ball run because there wasn't enough on it, so gives it to Kaminski. Now Bell once more. Out to Edwards. Inside to Bell, who kept his run going. Bell looks forward. Campbell's going to be offside here, but ball wouldn't have reached him anyway. He was straight down the middle and through to the keeper. Yeah,
but I like the fact his first run at the moment is off the shoulder in behind, and it's something that he's got to learn to do a lot more. He's doing it now, and you've only got to get that right once.
Flick on from Vale, almost caught Charlton out. Kaminski had to come and get it, and Charlton, I thought they might press that a little bit more.
They were both offside.
Okay.
So Leeburn and Campbell both offside on returning. Knew if they went for it, the flag would go up. So that's why Carey's charged through.
I was ball watching as Dunn brings it forward for QPR. Little touch to Coley. Inside to Varane. Almost lost it to Coventry, but Saito picks it up. Saito out on the right-hand side. Ramsey's tracked him all the way, and he's fouled him as he does so. QPR have a free kick on the right. Almost adjacent to the corner of the QPR penalty, the Charlton penalty area rather, on the right.
Yeah, he does draw that in. You know, he keeps the ball tight, keeps it at the opposite side of where the player's coming from where the pressure's coming from, and he just draws little bits of contact like that. They've not had a sniff really, have they?
Not so far, but it's this free kick's a couple of feet inside the right-hand touchline. Charlton with everybody back in the box for this free kick. That's what the referee's doing. There's a little tussle here between Mbenge and Bell.
This is standard now, isn't it? Every single game you go to, whatever level, the referee has to make sure that he's got control of players inside the penalty area.
The referee seems happy now. So this free kick can be taken. Still hasn't blown his whistle. Now he has. Free kick sent is deep one. So Leeburn with the header. It goes back across the penalty area though. And then Dunn drops to the floor. Header back in, which Kaminski should be able to deal with and does. Looking for a quick out to Therese Campbell, who's on the run. Yeah. Coley up against him. It's a foot race, which Coley just has the edge on momentarily. But he's got to deal with this now. He's touched it. Campbell does well to press him in there, but Coley does get the ball away. Done with a header up in the air. Kone having to come short to reclaim it for QPR. Back to Morrison. Varane now out to the right-hand side to Coley. Still in the QPR half as the ball goes back to Dunn. Morrison once more. So to go back to his keeper under pressure from Leeburn, and now Mbenge to his left. He's got Norrington Davis further left, but Leeburn, good pressure. He's forced the QPR centre-half to put it out of play. Quick throw from Apter, looking for Leeburn. Lovely touch, and he's pulled back by Mbenge. And Charlton will have a free kick, and it's a yellow card.
Yeah, silly because he had cover. Mbenge, no need to do that, but excellent pressure from Leeburn to force the throw in, and I like the quick thinking. Apter picks it up, plays back in Leeburn, and that draws the foul and the opportunity to swing this in the box. They certainly aren't as confident as they were in that first 20 minutes. Their game's nowhere near as fluid as it was.
Apter with the free kick. It's 2 or 3 yards maybe inside the right-hand touchline, diagonally adjacent to the penalty area, the corner of it on the Charlton right. This time QPR with everybody back in and around the penalty area as Apter prepares to send this in left-footed. In it comes towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Keeper comes and claims. Yeah. And now they're QPR are looking for a quick rush out, and Saito did make the run. QPR fans unhappy that Walsh didn't attempt it.
Yeah, and we weren't recovering particularly quickly. It's a mistake from their keeper. I think there was a counter-attack on, but nevertheless they've broke the lines and in behind.
And Vale is on that right-hand side. It's a good challenge from Bell. It's Vale back at him, and he's forced Bell to put it out for a corner.
Yeah, that's again. I think we've just got to try something a little bit different from set pieces today. Swinging it in. Yeah, we keep swinging it into a certain area, and they're either winning the first header and clearing their box, or the keeper's making a claim. Just something, maybe a whip in towards the near post, a little near post flick on, or something slightly different.
This might actually be QPR's first corner, you know. I can't remember them having too many.
It is.
It's on their right-hand side. Charlton. Everybody in the penalty area. Corner swung into the edge of the 6-yard box. A diving header, then an overhead kick coming in from Morrison. I think that might have been as he was falling over the bar. But would have been some striker. The centre half connected with that properly.
Yeah, and he's feeling the pain at the moment. But there's a decent whip in, isn't it? Left foot up.
Centre half. He'd done his back in probably.
Yeah.
But there was a diving header coming in first. It looked like it might be Mbenge with the first attempt.
That's actually a really good effort.
Yeah.
I didn't think
falling down.
For whatever reason, I didn't see that in real time. I thought that was quite a way wide, but it's actually gone inches over the crossbar and settled on the roof of the net.
Now Charlton and QPR are both going to make changes here. Charlton are going to bring on Kelman, who's receiving warm reception, as you would expect. Coming off Sonny Carey as well, as what looks like Terence Campbell is coming on, off or not, he's just moving across to the right. Nibs is certainly on. QPR are making a change, and it's Escudinha coming on. Coming off will be Norrington Davis.
No, I think Apter's gone off, and
Apter it is who's made way for. And Campbell's come across to the right-hand side, so Apter has made way for Kelman, or Nibs, whichever one you want to look for. And also coming off for QPR is Vale. Coming on in his stead would be Burrell, who's a striker by trade. So might be a change of shape here for QPR. Carey and Apter both off for Charlton. Kelman and Nibs on. Wind hounds round us here at West London as Leeburn gets a flick on Kelman. Couldn't quite get there. Doherty and Edwards pressing, and Edwards wins it. Leeburn can't get to the through ball though. QPR clear. Bell with the clearance for Charlton, but it runs QPR's way, and it's Kone picks it up. That's good work from Doherty. Super work to get a foot in, guide it back to Kaminski. Drilled forward. Kelman looking for it. Can't get there ahead of Morrison. QPR have it back. Varane goes down under pressure from Doherty. Free kick. Varane's not happy about that, but quick free kick taken quickly. It's done on the right-hand side. Done, bringing it forward. Thinks about a shot here and probably shouldn't have done, as it goes about 10 yards wide of the goal and 20 yards high.
Yeah, but suddenly they've got a little bit more intent. Queen's Park Rangers, it's Burrell.
Well, they're playing two up top now.
Well, yeah, I mean, Koenig was starting to drop in, but now, you know, he's playing alongside Burrell, and then either side of that you've got Coley now and Saito, which I think makes him a little bit more lively, Tao, in terms of ball carriers.
Charlton might look at reverting to a 4 if that is the case, but we'll see how that develops as Liebman gets the flick on from the goal kick. Can't find Campbell, and it's swiped forward, and Bell's going to have to deal with this. He's leave it out of the way by Burrell, who's still on it, into the penalty area. Burrell just forced out momentarily, comes back, and the shot coming in from Escudina deflects out to Varane, who slips over. Doherty will pick it up for Charlton. Out to Campbell on the right-hand side. He's got space. Therese Campbell as Escudina trying to make it back. Campbell inside to Doherty. QPR back in numbers now, so Doherty just finds Coventry. Out to Bell. Further left is Edwards. Edwards with Coley looking to cut him off. So he goes backwards into Amari Bell. Jones swings it across, looking for Campbell, but hasn't got the right angle on it, and Escudina can intercept. Ball forward, looking for Burrell. Jones gets his head there well, and ahead of Kone, who stayed down. Charlton trying to send the ball forward. Escudina will cut it out. And again, the referee holds play up, so Kone can get treatment. That's Jones hurt. Also limping away from that.
But there's that moment I was talking about earlier where you've got a chance to maybe dish out a bit after you've had to take a hit earlier in the game.
Talking about payback, Browning?
Yeah, a little bit. It doesn't go on as much these days because naturally you just can't, you know, and that's understandable.
Too many cameras.
Laws of the game, cameras, yeah. People aren't as cute as they used to be. But those two last deliveries we've tried to play Campbell in, we're at a stage of the game where you don't want to see QPR breaking out. They've set themselves up really now to play from back into midfield. You'll have Saito dropping inside or receiving wide. He's a good ball carrier. Coley's the same, quick, good ball carrier. Burrell's come on, he'll put himself about. So when we're playing that ball up and it's to Campbell, or if it's on the opposite side, like, play long, like, extend their back line. Don't let it fall short and allow the fullbacks to step, you know, intercept and step into play, because that first ball will be bang into Saito, Coley, or maybe Kone dropping deep, and they will counter swiftly now with the players they have on the pitch.
Well, it'll be a drop ball to QPR. They were in possession at the time of the stoppage. Dembele will be the recipient because he's the closest one, I suspect. Here's Dembele, goes back to his keeper. Kelman will look to press. Walsh gets it away though, down the middle. Bell and Burrell tussling. Bell wins the header, drops to Saito. Pressured by Coventry. Still QPR in possession. To the right-hand side is done. Saito out to the right. Touchline. Looks to cut inside. Does so. Finds Varane back out to Dunn. So I'm just retreating a little bit here. There's Coley on the right for QPR. Back to Madsen. Attempted cross blocked away, and Campbell might get there first. Does so. Can Kelman get there? No, but there's been a foul on Campbell as he tried to get there first by Escudinha.
Go on, you go for it.
That's what I'm guessing. It's got to be an Inya. He's Brazilian. It's got to be Inya, isn't it?
Escudinha, I'd say, but listen, what do I know?
It's got to be Inya.
That's it.
Brazilian, yeah. So, thinking back to me, the 70s World Cup, as Liebman gets the header from the ball forward, almost fell to Kelman. Nibs can't get there either, and Dunn will clear it away for QPR. But Coley won't catch up with that, I don't think. No, stayed in play. Edwards has got to deal with it, and he does so. Coventry can't get there, can back off the back of his head, and it drops to the side. So takes the shot, and Kaminski spilled it initially, and then managed to grab it at the second 10. He rolls it out to Ramsey. Burrowing forward, Ramsey. Burrell trying to chase him. Gets a foot in. Still Ramsey with it though, and then Burrell does get the tackle in. and away for a Charlton throw.
Yeah, he just needed a target in front of him.
I think he was quite pleased with that tackle.
yeah. But just needed a target, one of the front players to just stand still and present themselves, and he was waiting. They were both running away from him as he drove forward. Sometimes just check up, stand still, hold your marker off and receive the ball to feet.
And the throw goes backwards to Jones, then Bell out towards Lieberman, can't get there, but Coventry picks it up. Out to Campbell on the right-hand side of the penalty area. Campbell looking to go past his man, does so, ball across, headed up in the air and just slightly to the edge of the penalty area. Bell gets a touch, Saito with a header clear. Coney with a touch as well, but Ramsey picks it up. Now Edwards launches it back into the box. Comes off the back of Lieberman, cleared away by Escudinha. Doherty meets it, out towards Nibbs, who gets a header out. Back to the Doherty, another header. Head tennis round the penalty area. Coventry with the last one, out to Campbell on the right-hand side. Campbell, little touch back to Coventry, who lifts it into the penalty area. It's a deep one, dealt with by Morrison. Heads it away. It won't go for a corner. It's a throw-in the left-hand corner.
Yeah, you'll definitely see prettier spells of football, first for sure, but we're applying pressure, and what I like about it is we're positioning ourselves well for the knockdowns and the second phases.
Edwards with the throw, 75 minutes gone, 1-1 here at Loftus Road. In comes the throw. Back header from a QPR player, I think it was Kone, and claimed by Walsh, who goes down under pressure from Kelman. Which might have actually done us a favour, because QPR were breaking then. And QPR fans want Walsh to hurry up, and finally gets rid of it. Jones underneath this will head it away, up towards Nibbs. Gets something on it, down to Doherty. He's trying to send Campbell on his way, and Kelman will pick it up. Little header to Campbell. Campbell trying to shield it from Mbenge, and then he takes a heavy touch because of the touch from Mbenge, and it's a goal kick. Yeah,
I was just saying that, you know, Walsh has held on to that, held on exactly what I said earlier about us happened to them. He went long, we won the header. Their midfield's played has shown up to play out short, and so they had nothing in midfield to pick up the knockdowns, and that's why we were allowed to spin them round. But yeah, game's in an interesting, you know, spot in terms of it's wide open, and it's just who best keeps possession, who has the better movement, who can create something individually. This guy's going to be not bad.
Saito in possession, goes right to Varane, within space. Varane, ball into the box. Jones with a header away. We'll go back towards Varane. We'll allow this to go out of play for a throw. They don't have Smith the long throw anymore, so Varane will have to take it. Throws it back to Dunn. He goes back to Morrison. Morrison, ball forward to Coley. Now out to Dunn once more. Doherty steps in, does well. The Charlton skipper, and it looked like it was fouled there, but nothing doing. But he does get the ball back to Edwards, but his clearance goes straight to Varane. Held up momentarily by Kelman, so he has to go backwards to Morrison. And Turner has to go back to his keeper as Lieberman was blocking his way forward. And Bingo back to Walsh. Nibbs trying to close. Walsh gets the ball away down the Charlton left. Edwards with the header. It looked like he was fouled after he did so. Again, nothing given. QPR have it on the right-hand side with Dunn. A touch forward to Saito. Goes past Edwards, who definitely fouls him. And that's a yellow card for the Charlton left wing back.
Yeah, he wasn't anticipating the leave, was he? He was anticipating Saito taking a little touch. The QPR have looked slightly better since they've made their substitutions. They look a little bit more athletic across the front line. A little bit more dangerous in possession when they get the ball up to those front guys, particularly Coley and Saito. Yeah, listen.
Just made sure he wasn't getting past.
Yeah.
Well, QPR have a free kick. It's a yard or so in from the right-hand touchline. And about 20 or so yards away. So Madson's going to take this free kick, Charlton with everybody back in the box. For the referee's whistle, which now comes. It's sent into the Charlton penalty area. It's a deep one. Lieberman's there. It drops to Ramsey, who gets the ball away. And as far as Varane, infield to Escudinha. Takes the shot, blocked away by Nibbs. The ball will ricochet up to the halfway line. Escudinha doesn't take any chances, gets it back to his keeper.
Yeah, we've got to get up. We've not got up far enough, I don't think, from that ball all the way back to Walsh.
Jones Comes and wins the header from the ball forward. And he's still there, Jones, with the second header. And they'll win it again. Little touch inside to Coventry. Back to Leeburn, who's still back there. Sends the ball forward. It's a great ball as well. Kelman will run onto it. Kelman into the penalty area. Taken out on the edge of the penalty area.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Oh, and eventually he gives it. I mean, that was a curious conversation, or lack of conversation, between the referee and the assistant on the right. Nothing given at all. And it's right on the edge of the penalty area, on the halfway towards the touchline.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a nailed-on foul.
So I
How did it take that long?
Yeah, I can kind of understand where the referee was positioned centre of the pitch. It's on his blind side, but there is a guy 10 yards away from that challenge with a flag in his hand, and if the referee's on the blind side, he's not sure. Why can't he help him out? Why can't he raise his flag? They used to, wave it in the air, didn't they, on a free kick? It was so blatant. But he's not even waved after. The referee has decided that that is a free kick, and I think he's half guessing because he is the wrong side of the challenge to make an assessment of that.
It took an age to get it, but we've got the free kick.
Good run from Kelman, excellent delivery in behind as well.
Set up for a left footer, and Edwards has come across for it. Is he going to drill this across?
I'd want somebody in front of their front man. Somebody come across their front guy.
He does drill it across, but too much height on it. Goes away for a goal kick. But you can see he was trying for that left-hand corner. I think that was the ploy. I think he was brought across to do exactly that, but just put a little too much on it. Edwards, and it's away for a goal kick. As QPR going to make another change here. It's Hayden coming on, and coming off will be Varane. Met with mixed response from the home fans.
Yeah.
And now Hayden gets a decent round of applause.
I mean, it is unusual this late, unless he's got a bit of attacking prowess I'm unaware of, but Varane's sort of played deep in it.
Well, QPR goalkeeper gives it straight to Kelman's going to be offside here, so he can't go for it, but he does anyway.
It's a shame that didn't hit Leeburn's feet, who was onside, but once it went past Leeburn, Kelman was, was going to be deemed offside. But
Walsh's out ball was super picked off by Doherty, but the ball forward caught Kelman offside. Free kick taken, long forward. Burrell's going to chase for this, but there's too much on that. Goes straight through to Kaminski. He's going to roll it out to Jones. 8.5 minutes of normal time remaining. Ramsey drills it forward. That's a lovely ball. Campbell on the end of it. Campbell, ball into the box. Leeburn's there. Can he get it under control? No, just bounced up too high, but he still has it. Leeburn shrugging off the attempts from the striker, from the defender who pulls him down. Morrison. Charlton have a free kick.
yeah.
And again, surely that's it.
Maybe, but let's talk about the positives, which is the ball down the line from Ramsey and the run again from Campbell off the shoulder. I'm telling you, he gets that into his game where he gets played in off the shoulder without the ball, because he always wants it to feet to do his 1v1. But if he can learn to get into those channels and be played in, running onto a ball in front of him like that, he suddenly becomes a different proposition. He's done it 3 or 4 times in his second half. He's looked very, very dangerous, mixing up the runs well. The ball across was too fierce. Leeburn couldn't do anything with that.
Bounce,
he couldn't do anything with it, even if it didn't take a high bounce. It was too fierce. It was ahead of him. But we got the free kick.
Coventry with the free kick, but as you would expect, the referee wants a chat in that 6-yard box.
He loves a chat.
Got to have a chat. Ramsey. Unfortunately, he's talking to Ramsey, and can't see who's next to him because the skirt are in the way.
Yeah, just want someone in front of
their place they could put that.
Yeah, it is. But the front, just get someone in front of their front man.
Coventry draws the ball across, headed out.
That's
and
the front man.
Run out to Edwards. Will he take a shot? He does take the shot, but drags it wide. A goal kick to QPR.
I'd always position somebody in front of him, so that if that delivery doesn't quite have the height or direction we need, you've got a chance of just a little flick on in front of their front man. And I'd try and get 3 or 4 coming onto the ball rather than be set in position. But
Walsh with the goal kick, sends it high to the left-hand side. Bell heads it up in the air. Nibbs gets something on it as well. Leeburn tussling, will get ahead to it as well. Can Nibbs get there? He can. Little touch to Campbell. Campbell being pressured, and the ball taken off his toes, and it's Saito comes away with it. Up against Jones, goes past Jones. Saito with a shot, and it's gone in. On the floor, across the box. Dragged in. QPR have the lead.
a of all the scenarios, I didn't have that one, I've got to be honest with you. And it comes from that little interception on the halfway line where they nick in front of Campbell. And from that point, it gives them that. I did say they will always look to play into Coley and Saito. They're ball carriers by trade. Give credit to the little fella. It's a good turn. He's unbalanced Jones with a lovely little jink to the right and then back on his left. And the shot's not pure, but it's enough to just squeeze past Kaminski into the bottom corner. QPR lead.
Painful one for Charlton to take. Been in the ascendancy pretty much since the goal, since the equaliser. QPR have had a bit of a lift since the changes, and one of those lifts has been Saito. He's got on the end of it quite fortunately, but then kept running, and his shot dragged past two Charlton defenders. And into the corner of the net. Kaminski with no chance, and the Addicts to try and come from behind in the remaining minutes.
No, they don't deserve that away side, in my opinion.
Liebman with the header in, Kelman looking for it, Morrison with the clearance. Back to Coventry, lifts it forward, but nobody in a red shirt there. Ramsey with the foot in. Now Doherty trying to send Campbell on his way, but again too much on that. QPR throw. With 85 minutes gone, Charlton find themselves 2-1 down here. Throw down the line. Flipped on by Kone. Ramsey can't get there. Saito will pick it up. His ball forward. Bell can get there because Burrell would have been offside, so he left it alone. It's back to Kaminski under pressure from Coley. Goes out to Edwards on the left. Edwards looking cross field. Liebman the target, goes beyond him. Morrison with a header clear. Doherty with a good header back towards the penalty area. Nibs can't get there. Headed clear. Coventry will pick it up for Charlton though. Out to Campbell. Back to Coventry. Looking for Liebman. Liebman trying to get there, punched away by the outrushing Walsh, only as far as Edwards. Edwards trying to go past Coley, but put too much on that. Coley can send it forward, looking for Burrell. Bell though back there to deal with it. He's in the corner though. Bell's going to have to turn him, and does well, and gets the ball away. Doherty can't flick it on, but Madsen puts it out of play for a Charlton throw.
Coley's gone down.
He's gone down with a tactical injury, I suspect.
Definitely a tactical injury. We're going to make another change.
Alafe is going to come on. And coming off will be the skipper, Greg Doherty.
It's an illustration of how tough the Championship is. Perhaps this game defines
as
that.
With the Leicester one.
Yeah, across the board. There are no easy wins in the Championship.
Edwards with the throw just inside the QPR half on the left-hand side. LFA just giving instructions to Nibs. Looking for a target. Jones provides it just behind him.
When you look at their staff in their technical area, they're panicking, absolutely panicking, and desperate for
Bell
this.
sends it forward. Nibs with a header across. Alafi can't get there cleanly. Just came off the top of his knee. Give Morrison a bit of credit for sticking a foot in there.
Yeah.
And it goes away for a goal kick.
Yeah, he was just under enough pressure, wasn't he? That he meant he got underneath the ball. But there's huge relief around Loftus Road because they were on the back foot. You're right. We scored. The atmosphere changed. But I guess if you want to look at one thing, it's they've been an established Championship side and they can bring players off the bench that, you know, have skill in those forward areas. And I think it's one, you know, scoring goals will be tough for Charlton this year across the board.
Walsh with the goal kick down the Charlton left. Edwards with the header. Liebman trying to keep this in, but he can't. The QPR throw inside their own half on the right-hand side. 2 minutes, just under 2 minutes left of normal time. Seven subs, 3.5 minutes and a goal, so maybe 4.5 to 5 potentially. As the throw headed away by Jones, and as far as Madsen, who hits it back towards the Charlton penalty area. This time Bell with something on it, gets it up to Alafe. Alafe on the left. Ball inside of Coventry, trying to send Lieben on his way down the left-hand side. Oh, Lieben's got him, no way. Oh, I tell you what, we're in line with that. We're right in line with that. Ball over the top, and I don't think that was offside.
I thought he started goal side from that run. I thought it was just a really good, powerful run. If he's right, the linesman, it's a great spot, but from our perspective, that looked good.
They'll keep going, have a free kick on their right-hand side, but that looked, well, because he went from behind the player and he got dragged back, Lieben. So I just, didn't see that, I've got to say. Free kick to QPR, 10 yards inside their own half. Walsh comes out of his goal to take it, sends it down the line. Nobody gets anywhere near it. It's going to be a goal kick to Charlton. Kaminski on the hurry up here with 30 seconds left of normal time. Sends it forward. Nibs looking for it, but headed away by Madsen. Bell will pick it up for Charlton and finds Kaminski again. Charlton look to make another change very shortly as Kaminski looks to send this long up towards Lieben. Lieben trying to flick it into Campbell, but he's got his angles wrong. 6 minutes of added time. And Charlton might make that change now. Looks like Ibby Fuller's coming on.
Yeah, just for something different, I think. He has got the ability, Fuller, to pick up balls.
There's another one as well. I think that's
double. Costello.
Rankin Costello coming on, but not quite yet. That's a dangerous kick, surely, as Ramsey got a boot in the face from Kone and processes innocence. Anderson got a booking for that on Tuesday.
Sent off, which was harsh in the 95th minute when he was trying to hook a ball back towards goal in a team that was losing. I thought that was a little harsh on the youngster, but
changes coming, which is why Anderson isn't figuring this afternoon, of course. Charlton are going to make the changes before the kick, although would do when the fourth official works out how to use the board. It's not happening.
Honestly.
one job. We're going to take the free. Oh, no, we're not.
It's not. This happened Tuesday night.
Yeah,
just so frustrating. You can't wait to walk across to the technical areas to tell people to sit down and one at a time.
Connor commentary coming off for Rankin Costello. Is it Lieben coming off?
Yeah.
Lieben, the second player, coming off.
Two balls on the pitch, it's all happening.
Rankin Costello's first job is to tidy that up. Charlton will have this free kick. Everybody lined up pretty much nearly 5 yards away from the penalty areas. The ball sent towards that penalty area. Jones can't get there, it drops and swiped away by Escudinha. Bell with the header back. But, read by Madsen, who sends it towards the Charlton penalty area. Kaminski's well out of his goal, so he heads it to Rankin Costello, trying to get the ball forward. Cleared away by Mbenge. Back into the Charlton penalty area where Kaminski will deal with it. And, 2 minutes of the 6. Kaminski sends it forward towards Jones, who stayed up there. So flicked header, but dead with Escudinha. Now Nibs trying to take it past Saito, but he can't. Saito will bring it away. Campbell chasing him back. Saito protecting the ball. Campbell does get a foot in. It's a throw into the home side.
Yeah, he's made a difference to them, hasn't he? Yeah, they got Chair to come back as well, who improved this side no end. But I don't think this is a game we deserve to lose again. I'm looking at last weekend. Come out of that, should have come out with 3. At the very worst, 1, let alone 0. That was. But again, today I'm looking at this. Maybe I've got my rose-tinted glasses on, Tel, but I don't think this is a game we deserve to lose.
I agree with you there, and I have got rose-tinted glasses. Throw goes straight through to Kaminski, who sends it forward up towards Jones. Can't get there. Headed away. Edwards with a touch, but picked up by Kone. Back inside. Now Saito trying to send Burrow on his way. Oh, that looked more offside than Lieben's ever was. Burrow into the box, but Kaminski will pick it up. Throws it out to Fuller. Fuller making a run up to halfway, send it over the top. Campbell on the opposite side, but it's distance away from him. Can he get there, Therese Campbell? He does well. It'll be a Charlton throw by the corner flag.
Yeah, he turned an overhit ball into a throw in deep into the QPR half. Well done, Campbell.
Edwards will come forward for this. Can Charlton rescue this game in the dying moments? We've had 94 minutes. Edwards with the throw. In it goes. Jones trying to get there, headed clear by Morrison to Fuller, trying to pass it into the penalty area. It's cleared away. Nibs chases it back, puts it back to Bell. Bell lifts this into the penalty area, but there's nobody there. Lifted it across to the far side. Edwards had come back, worrying that he might be offside, and it runs away for a goal kick.
Yeah, it's just one of those ones. You feel like you're under pressure when you're out there in the middle of the pitch. You take a touch, you look up, you're just trying to put it into an area, and it's just overhit and dragged it slightly across, and goal kick it is. Maybe enough time for one last chance.
Goal kick sent away down the Charlton left. Bell just levers Kone out of the way. We'll have to deal with this though.
Yeah,
does so. Franklin Costello trying to keep it in, does so, and sends it forward. Blocked by Saito. Charlton will have a throw. Edwards will take it on the left-hand side. Sends it long. Jones has stayed forward, but Morrison heads it away. Franklin Costello with the next head up, and it's gone out of play for a QPR throw. On halfway, done with it. Thrown forward by Dunn. Kone with a touch, but Franklin Costello swipes it clear. Madsen with the header. Fuller trying to get there, does so. Headed in field. Nibs can't get it. Sent forward. Burrow goes to ground. Referee not interested as Kaminski rolls it out to Ramsey. This is probably the last chance saloon for Charlton. Sends it forward down the left-hand side. Fuller looking for it. Dunn heads it away. And Burrell on his own in the centre circle. Finds Kone. That's good tracking back from Rankin Costello. Wins it back for Charlton. Now Ramsey sends it forward again. Jones, can he get there? He does, but Morrison with the vital header gets it away. Sent forward again. It's a little touch to Kone. Kone's onside. This could wrap it up for QPR, and he does. Charlton pressing. Ball forward, defended by Morrison, and then when the ball's in the penalty area, no Charlton player close. A little touch into Kone's path, and he was sent away and clear. Slotted it past Kaminski.
Yeah, listen, truth be told, that the third goal is immaterial to the team and to Nathan Jones regarding how it's come about. We've got our centre half up front, and we're all at sea in terms of how we're set as a team. So you're chasing an equaliser, and that can happen from time to time. I think the one goal that probably Nathan Jones will want to analyse is that first goal, which the team certainly can do something about. The third one just simply comes chasing a game right at the death. But that is it. Job done for Queen's Park Rangers. They've done what they set out to do after that humiliating defeat last weekend, and Charlton will go away licking their wounds.
Yeah, disappointment here in West London for the Addicts. Started on the back foot, but came back into it really positively, but it's ended sourly here for Charlton. So the referee calls time on the game. Game that got underway after 8 minutes when Smith pounced on the ball across the box, got there ahead of Robapta to open the scoring for QPR, who in truth did have the best of the opening half hour, but Charlton came back into the game in that last portion of the second half to just show what we could offer, and in the second half the Addicts did bring it back level when Apta hit his shot into the ground from a cross ball from Campbell. to bring the Addicts back level, and from that point forward, after 5 minutes into the second half, Charlton were in the ascendancy. QPR made some changes, and then a breakaway goal from Saito put the home side ahead, and really after that Charlton couldn't get back into it, and then the goal in the dying seconds from Kone just put a seal on it. And it's going to put a bit of a full scoreline on the game, in truth, but Charlton come away empty-handed, second week in a row.
Yeah, listen, you can... Oh, well, I certainly can. I mean, some people might not be able to, but I can chalk off the third one just as, you know, you understand if you're a coach or a player or a manager that you're chasing a game, and from time to time you're going to concede in the dying moments of any match, trying to get that equaliser to get you a point. But yeah, I mean, what I would say about the opening goal is it's come early. It's come on off the back of a devastating defeat for QPR, and they started like you would expect a team that's come off the back of a devastating loss, on the front foot, physical, trying to get themselves a lead, and they did get that lead. But where I give Charlton a bit of credit, they came back into the game and were certainly the stronger of the teams. They equalised, and that second goal for Queen's Park Rangers, in my opinion, my humble opinion, came against the run of play. We were the team dominating at that point. We were the team on the front foot. Where we don't do so well is creating opportunities when we're on the front foot. And the Championship is a level up, and you know, and we all talk about it. And the difference is, when you play against established Championship sides, when they create chances, they tend to take it in fewer shots on goal than perhaps we do as a League One club coming up and adjusting. And it's the same when you go up again. If you go from Championship to Premier League, the Premier League clubs are devastating and leave less chances than the Championship club do. And we're adjusting to life in the Championship. But that's a defeat I didn't see coming after about 75, 80 minutes. I've got to be honest, I thought if 1-1, or if anyone's going to win it, Charlton are going to win it. So home side have done incredibly well to get the second through Saito, and they've held on to that lead and take the 3 points, and that's their season up and running. That's their first win of the campaign. But Charlton have got to lick their wounds. I think we've got a week off now, haven't we?
Yeah, it's international break.
And then I just hope Nathan understands the gravity of the next one.
I think he probably will.
He will. Our fans know, and I hope the players get to understand how big a game that is in terms of bragging rights for supporters. And certainly it's not a fixture we've done particularly well in historically. So, you know, there's 2 weeks to prepare, and I think you know, we've certainly got to attack that London derby slightly different than we have this one.
Certainly,
be very physical.
I think it'll be a result that hurt Nathan Jones and this team, as it has the fans and all of us, because as Brownie said, after about 75 minutes, it looked like there was only one team going to go on and win that, but not to be. And Charlton have very quickly learnt that life in the Championship can be tough, and tough in terms of taking a defeat on the chin here at Loftus Road. But not to be for us this afternoon. I hope you enjoy now your time off, because we do have a couple of weeks. As Brownie said, we've got an international break before we take on Millwall at the Valley. And I want to just thank Deanna for production this afternoon, and of course thank you all for listening and watching Charlton TV for this unfortunate defeat at the hands of QPR. And thanks to Steve Brown beside me. Steve, enjoy your week off as well.
Always a pleasure.
A few games of golf, I'm sure.
Yeah, I've got one, yeah, definitely.
And hope you, despite the result, enjoy the rest of your weekend and a 2-week break. Join us again at the Valley as we take on Millwall in that South London derby in a couple of weeks' time. In the meantime, from all of us here, thanks. Ta-da.